Hey, Bama.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
you know what my coach used to tell me in football, bro?
What used to tell you,
When I used to
bro?
watch film, bro, he used to say, the eye in the sky don't lie.
It don't.
You can't be mad. You can't be mad because film don't lie. The eye is it don't got no feelings. It don't got no bias. It's just what you putting on tape, man.
And all you could do is just sit there and look stupid when he got the little beam on you, like, oh, what happened right here? This is, to your
Circling that
homies.
mug.
When I'm talking to J Rob, I'm telling a whole different story. And
Mm-hmm.
then when we in film together, J Rob was like, dang, man, you told me this happened.
Yeah, but the film telling me otherwise. So you know, the council has reviewed the tape. It has been looked over, twice over. The film, the eye, the sky doesn't lie. And hey, Bama, as we say, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at you. Work on your game. Work on your game. Go to the gym and get some jump shots in. Work on your game. But with that being said, let's look at these rankings right now. Boom. New rankings, new rankings, new rankings, new rankings. We got risers, we got fallers, we got a newcomer on the list, so he don't got a up or a down because he is fresh. Just came on the show. Lonnie Ski Yee, my boy Sexy Red entered the top 3. We reviewed the film. Me and Bama discussed. I said, Bama, Lonnie don't really have too many bad takes, bro. We need to start realizing Lonnie takes don't ever really be bad. How are we not putting Ski in the mix? He don't really miss usually, and he don't talk much. It's just every time he talk, he hit it on the nose. So
I have to
Lonnie
agree.
Williams, Ski, Sexy Red, welcome to the top 3, man. Trent, you don't move. Early Purdy still at the top. Manny still at the top 4. Don't move too much. Random fell out of grace. I reviewed the film. I will say, Bam, I think Randall got to work on his emotions a little bit. I think the council doesn't like. I don't think the council doesn't like how he loses his mind sometimes or loses control with his debates, man. Especially if he got a good point, you
That's why
know.
I be trying to tell him.
Especially if he got a good
'Cause
point.
I ain't gonna hate, bro. I ain't gonna hate. Random know his shit, bro.
You know his
He know
stuff.
his shit. He know his stuff, bro. So it's like you don't have to get so bent out of shape because you feel like
Yes.
you know more than the next man, bro. Stay reserved, relax, bro.
Stick to
Just,
your
just walk him
gun.
into your genjutsu, bro. Just walk
Yes.
him into
Stick
your
to your
genjutsu.
guns.
That's all you
Stick to
gotta
your guns.
do. Don't get upset, bro.
Don't get upset. Stick to your gun. Stick to your argument. Don't get lost. Don't get lost in the art of war, man. It's the art of war. Don't get lost in the art of war. Jalen Carter, welcome to the top 6, man.
For
You up on
sure.
the grind. Grant, you rising. Riddell, you are falling. You are falling, buddy. The fall
The
of
Vikings
grace.
and Trevor Lawrence, bro, they failing you right now, bro.
They
They is
yeah, they failing
they
you.
is aging you like open milk. Like
Ooh-wee. Dev, you falling too. Trevor Lawrence is not helping you out either, Dev. Hellfire, I just want you to know you're at 10, but this can get moved up ASAP. This is just initial ranking. I obviously would put you higher, but just out of respect for the debaters who have been here, what episode number are we at? What is this, episode 30 something?
yeah,
So just out of respect for them boys, I'm gonna make sure, next week, next Monday. Well, next Monday is Christmas. So we may
yeah,
not be having a show on Christmas.
for sure.
Definitely not having a show on Christmas. Well, the next episode of the press box, we'll do what we have to do. We'll have a real ranking for you, Hellfire. See if you've risen, you've fallen. MJ, obviously, MJ is a working man, so some of these stuff is not his fault, but also he's fallen now, so we're gonna put him in an honorable mention. Michael Baldino is still under review. We have him doing Draymond Green counseling right now for his outbursts. And, he has to have more respect for me and Bama and on our platform. So while he goes through his rehabilitation, right now he'll be under review. But we expect to see Michael back next in 2025. And with that being said, Damn, should we bring these boys up?
Yeah, man, go on, bring these boys up.
Yeah, let's see
man.
who's here. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here.
Bring up number one. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
Uno here? Is Uno in here?
Uno is here.
Is Uno in here right now?
Uno is here.
Yeah. Uno, do you need the stage first to cut a promo?
I just listen. No, listen. Y'all lucky. I'm gonna say that y'all lucky. My father's birthday was yesterday. He turned 76. I'm in North
Congratulations to your
Carolina,
father. Yes, sir.
so I couldn't be. But I had a nasty outfit for you. But I'm in North Carolina right now, so I couldn't. But just know, come Wednesday when we do the press box again, oh, it's gonna be very. The outfit is gonna be very nasty. Oh, it's gonna
Yeah.
be very nasty.
There won't be no. There won't
All
be
I
no.
want to say is this. All I want to say is this, man.
Yeah.
Let me get this off, man. I
Go
done
ahead.
seen you guys come and go with your quarterback takes. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. I came in this jump. I just 10 toes, hands down, standing on business about Brock Purdy. Y'all was, oh, he's serviceable. He's this, he's that. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. There was a nigga in 2001 that saw saw Tom Brady play. That said, man, that's gonna be the greatest quarterback of the game. And they laughed him out. He was in a bar somewhere in Boston. They laughed him out. Brock Purdy, another masterclass, man. He continues to rise. They say Dak was MVP, y'all. Didn't look like it. They say the Cardinals, they give Stanford a hard time. Didn't look like it. Brock Purdy, listen, if he gets his MVP and then wins the Super Bowl and gets that MVP too, just know it's only about 67 quarterbacks who ever done that in the history of the game. You gotta make him. You gotta put him in that light. You gotta say he's special. That's all I want to say, man. Purdy.
Early Purdy. Okay, champ. Fellas, y'all want to have any reactions to y'all rankings?
I mean, it's not too long before I really start putting it out. I'm gonna just. It's because I feel like I'm top 2 and I'm not 2, but I'll give early respect. But it's not too long before I really start showing the belt collection off again. It's not. It's some patience, bro.
It's coming. Yeah, Trent, don't worry. We like what you've been doing up here. We've been watching. We like the council likes what you've been doing, so we couldn't move you down. But early right now has a little bit of the edge.
Hey, it's early Purdy.
I'm not lying. I think
early
Purdy
not here, so we gotta respect. We gotta respect the longevity of his arguments. Very much aging very well.
I'm surprised Manny not a little higher because Manny he has been predicting things right. He had the Cincinnati take right about them beating Jacksonville. I think he was right about a game last week.
Okay,
I forgot what was it, Manny? I forgot when it was 2. It was like 3 takes he got.
I will say Manny been hitting on the prediction though because
I didn't move him.
He been hitting on.
Didn't move him because he missed it. He really ain't come to the show, so I didn't want to penalize him. He had legitimate business to handle.
He has been Nostradamus.
So I was not. So I'm not going to penalize him. Yeah, I just know where I could penalize him because he had real business to handle. So I just kept him where he was at.
I feel like I wasn't here last week. Today's mama's last day of treatment. I just want to let everybody know that.
Yes, sir. Let's clap it up. Clap it
up. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
So,
Mama Manny.
I feel like my
starting next week. I just got her.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him. We get him back. We'll definitely get him back.
And that's why you're number 4, my boy.
I feel like my rank is deserving. I got to get some of my other takes off. I got to push my Jordan Love take and my other quarterback takes I have. So,
All right. I like it. Go ahead. Hold on. Bring him back. Hellfire, what do you think? What's up? Tell these boys you coming, bro. Just tell them you coming.
I mean, people don't realize it, but I'm here to stay. I don't feel like I'm going to be going anywhere.
I'm here to stay.
Another week, another showing.
You know what time it is.
Lawrence not looking like what people say he is.
Oh my Lord. Hellfire, did you see the fumble? What was that?
Yeah, not just the first one. They were both bad.
They said he had big hands in the draft. Come on, the draft. He had big hands. That's what they said.
Everybody fumbles though, so it's like.
Dad, did you see the fumble, Dad? Dad, you saying that, Dad? Did you see the fumble?
My only issue is kind of like it's really with Hellfire. It's like you kind of like already don't like Trevor Lawrence. So it's like when he plays bad, it gets
worse.
amplified. Like you never acknowledge when he plays good. Like I know he's mediocre.
When does he play good, Dad? When does he play good, Dad?
Hold on, y'all. We'll get to the topics. We want to talk about rankings right now. We're going to talk about the rankings right now because there's some things we need to discuss anyway. So we need to get to the title of the show and everything, fellas. So
Facts.
we're going to talk about Trevor and what happened against the Ravens. We're going to get to that. But let's start with the title. Let's just get it out the way. Leave Cam Newton alone. All capital letters on the alone part of it. Yesterday's game versus the Bills is the reason why Cam Newton says what he said. I want y'all to also understand that Cam Newton, and for those who out there who agree with some of the offenses that people are saying about Cam Newton, let's never forget Cam Newton went to a Super Bowl in a year where Ted Ginn's best career in the NFL was 800 receiving yards. His best weapon was Greg Olsen. This was a carry job like he did.
Man, this was Cam Newton weapons in 2015, man.
35 touchdowns. 35 touchdowns.
35 touchdowns. So if Cam Newton believes that certain players are game managers instead of game changers, I think he's entitled to have that opinion. It's all subjective. On top of that, Cam Newton was literally the game changer he's talking about. If anybody can speak on backpacking a team, Cam Newton can speak on it. And we don't even got to go to the NFL. Let's go to Auburn. I will always go to Auburn.
Talk to him.
Because
for
the real
job ever.
The people who really watch college football know that Auburn team had one legitimate NFL guy in Cam Newton. The other guys that got drafted because they played with Cam Newton. And that's the unfair truth about it. I love Nick Fairley.
Forget car salesman.
J-Rob.
Forget car salesman, bro. They worked at the car wash. They wasn't selling cars. They was washing cars.
They were not going to be NFL guys. That team, fellas, we all know was a 6-win Auburn team, maybe, if Cam Newton doesn't show up on campus and carry them. 1 year bid. He was the first real one and done in college, bro. He did a one and done year.
Hey, Bama, you want to talk about the number one overall pick?
In the SEC,
you want to talk about the number one overall pick, Bama?
Where the SEC was at its absolute, I think, empire. Because this was no portal. So them 5 stars was sitting behind another 5-star, sitting behind another 5-star. So let's be real about Cam Newton. All that disrespect, he can have an opinion. Dak Prescott went out there, and when it was crashing and burning for the Cowboys, the quarterback crashed and burned with them. And that's what everybody said about him, is that if you need Dak to play through the chaos, he's not shown the ability to do that at the highest level. And game changer quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, even Justin Herbert, they play through the chaos. And so those are why they're considered game changers. Because everything, Lamar Jackson started the year with guys out. People forget he had about 7 starters out to start the year. He had one of the best records in the NFL. That's game changers, bro. So we got to not know that Cam hate. If that's his opinion, that's his opinion.
Come on, man.
He was everything that he was talking about. He was a game changer. Cam Newton was everything he talked about.
J-Rod, you talk about having the number one pick, J-Rod. The number one overall pick, that's who you pick. That's what a real number one overall pick looks like, Carolina.
Okay.
I agree. I agree with everything you said, J-Rod.
You just won a game for that poverty franchise. So we're not finna come up here and slander Bryce, okay? I told you, give me one more year. Give me one more year.
Give me one more year, please.
Yeah, I feel like with Cam's comments, bro, I feel like people have to understand that he's talking about, he's basically him in a standpoint because, bro, he was a game changer at one point. People always talk about Patriots Cam and Cam after the injuries. Cam at his best was literally a game changer, bro. I don't understand why people are complaining about these comments, bro. We've seen Cam do backpacks since he's been in college, since JUCO. We've seen it. But you gotta understand though, J-Rob, a lot of people hate on Cam, bro. That's the real thing.
Trent, I actually did not realize
a lot of people did not like Cam, bro.
That moment was eye-opening for me. That shit, excuse my language, but that actually pissed me off, bro.
Yeah.
I said, That's Cam Newton. That's Cam
bro,
Newton. Y'all disrespecting.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. He is very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about this. He's a bit backpacking. So he's from College Park, Georgia. He took that high school team, won the state with that team.
Come on.
Mr. Football in the state of Georgia.
Come
Number
on.
1 overall player in football for
5-star recruit.
Number one overall. All right.
And had to
Goes
sit
to
behind
Florida,
Tim Tebow.
messes up, goes to Blinn. Blinn was a
who knew them? Who knew who Blinn was?
But when Cam there, nationally ranked.
That's
Come on.
Yeah.
Won the JUCO national championship.
Come on.
The JUCO, because look, bro, for Blinn,
the
bro.
following year, we already talking about East Central.
People don't even know.
Yeah.
Cam set the foundation for Blinn, bro.
Set the foundation.
He said it. Bro.
Went to Auburn. Auburn literally was supposed to be like a 5-7.
Come on, bro.
66, 5-7 was their ceiling. Literally. The only person that predicted this was Michael Wilbon after they played Arkansas State. Cam Newton jumped from 8 yards out into the end zone. Michael Wilbon, they was like, bro, what team y'all think we should be on the lookout for? That boy said, watch Auburn. They was like, they got that JUCO transfer. I was like, me as an Alabama fan, I ain't thinking nothing of it.
None of it.
Some JUCO transfer. I'm like, bro, JUCO transfer. I'm like, he's a bum. Like, against Bama, bro. Listen, I'm gonna say that to say.
And
this,
guess
bro,
what Michael Wilbon from? DC.
Georgia. Oh, you from DC? Oh, okay.
Salute DC. I know.
Salute
Early,
DC.
I mess with Chocolate City. I don't know if you know, bro. I mess with Chocolate City.
Yeah, shout out
Beautiful
DC.
women, bro. I don't know if y'all know some
Shout out
of the most
DC.
beautiful women.
Y'all don't deserve the Wizards, man.
You know what's the thing that made me
a crazy stat, bro. Nick
Let Bama finish.
Nick Saban is like 70-something old when he got like a three TD lead. Man, Cam Newton gave that boy his first loss. Up 24-0 in T-Town. In T-Town with them same car washmen.
It's disrespectful, Bama. It's disrespectful, bro. Like, it's disrespectful.
Because I thought you knew, because like
I really didn't.
Because people don't like that Cam is like what said, he's arrogant, but at one point he used to back it up, and you couldn't say nothing about it. But now since he was talking like that, since he was talking like that, and he can't back it up anymore, people be hating on him. Like, what was that one woman said on that I forgot, she's on ESPN. I was
gonna address that. And this is the thing that annoys me. People are saying like you're not qualified to talk about, like he's way more qualified than anybody. He's an NFL
anybody.
How you gonna tell a former NFL player,
former MVP?
No, not a former NFL player. Former MVP. Former Heisman Trophy winner.
And then the dude,
national champion.
Bro, they was bugging. You had her saying
MVP of the league.
Yeah, you had her saying that. You had bro trying to compare Dak Prescott to my old Dak Prescott was a better quarterback than Cam Newton. Like, what are you so like, bro? It's just, bro, people be just hating.
And
bro,
the problem is too, and I will say this, and this is how I personally feel. As somebody who wants to have a long career in the sports media space.
Facts.
For all these people who work in the sports media space, you're giving opinions on human beings. At the end of the day, do not be mad at the human beings that you're having opinions on about, especially about their work. Have something to say back to any of us who did not play at that level. Because unfortunately, the reality of it, the reason why we're talking about it is because we can't do it at that level. So at the end of the day, stop. Like, what I just didn't like about the whole situation, Bama, that lost me the most is the personal jabs. Like, people are calling him wacky and he don't know what he's talking about. Like, it was almost as if a mechanic was talking about football. Like, he is the janitor or the plumber. Like, that's not Cameron freaking Newton. I didn't understand that. And that's why I didn't realize how much people was hating on Cam Newton. And that's why I said, when me and Early had brought it up, I said it must have been the suits. Because I don't know, like, how you could, like, Cam Newton was great, bro. Does anybody remember his first 3 games in NFL?
Top 10 quarterback peak, in my opinion.
Like, come on, bro.
I try to tell people this too, J-Rob.
Like, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
That throwing off platform stuff didn't get popular till like 2018. If you look back at Cam, he was already throwing off platform with crazy OD accuracy, bro. He was flicking the ball like literally 60, 70 yards, bro, like off platform OD, bro. Front foot, back foot, breaking 8, 9 tackles of defensive ends, bro, and still being able to do what it do with a team like that, bro. Straight dimes, bro. Like, so I just tell people, bro, like, you gotta just that recency bias stuff is crazy because we think about, oh, what he looked like with the Panthers, oh, the I'm back and all that. It's like, bro, man, literally had surgery on them shoulders. We just talked about this offset, bro. That ruined Braxton Miller's quarterback career. Braxton Miller was the truth at quarterback. Had a similar shoulder surgery, ended his career at quarterback.
Yeah, in Bama. Because he was having his best season too.
Act like going through them surgeries and stuff, he was just supposed to be the same, bro. They ran that man literally into the dirt, bro. Like, Andrew looked him. They literally ran.
And don't just look at Cam Newton's career passing numbers. Look at his career rushing numbers.
Because I tell folks
is that the top of the position ever.
Too. Andrew Luck was supposed to go to the Carolina Panthers to go his junior year. He went back to college because he was not finna go to the Carolina Panthers, bro. They was that bad of a franchise. Early, am I lying, bro? You could go back and look at that. Andrew Luck was supposed to come out his junior year. He was the best quarterback. His junior year, the year Cam Newton came out, Andrew Luck was rated a higher quarterback.
He stayed in. He said, I'll let Cam take it.
Stay because
Cam, you have it. Cam, you can have it.
Cam, you can have it.
And ironically enough, both of them ended up dealing with the same thing.
Poverty
franchises who couldn't find ways to protect them. In the end, go ahead, Dev. My bad.
I was gonna add on to Bama point because people gotta remember in the 2018 season before Cam got that shoulder injury, he was having his best passing season. Like he was projected, and not only that, he had CMC, he had weapons going in, and then guess what the owner do afterwards? Get a new owner and change everything. Get rid of Cam, which didn't make sense to me. I feel like they should have just let him heal up.
My audio was
more
even
weapons, and it's like, and they just threw a whole monkey wrench. Ever since the new owner David Tepperton, it's been a crap show. So like, I think people just need to remember who Cam actually is. And people saying he only had. I hate when people say he only had one good season or 3 good elite seasons. No, from his rookie year to 2018, that's 8 or 9 elite years in my opinion, or good years, good to great years, and then he had a couple elite seasons. So I think people need to like do their homework on Cam Newton, get that hate on it, get that hate out of their heart, and the problem is people didn't listen to what he actually said. They just listen. They just hate on the person. Because if you ever actually listen to Cam Newton, he didn't discredit him. He said that's a really great quarterback. He gave him credit and everything. So he didn't discredit none of the quarterbacks at all.
I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here. I agree with a lot of what y'all are saying when it comes to Cam Newton. I think something is important to reiterate for me at the very least is I don't really care like what your credentials are. I really care more like what you're saying at the end of the day, but there is value to like the perspective and experience of where they came from and the take that they're making. The problem in this conversation is not only are people not focusing on like what Dev said, what he actually said, and when he broke it down further, when it came to the game manager and the game changer, I thought it made a lot of sense. I thought, hey, man, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But they were attacking on Cam Newton, the credentials. They were doing something that I hate, which is called playing politics. They can't attack the opinion. They can't attack the take. So they attack the person. Yeah. So that's what happened in this situation. And it's dumb, especially considering it's really weird when you're a fellow former athlete attacking Cam Newton and attacking his credentials as a quarterback. But you played in the NFL too. Like that's even weirder than weird. So yeah, it was just dumb stuff.
Yeah, facts for Dale. Like, bro, that's what a lot of people do, especially in today's like age. And I don't care who it could be Hellfire, it could be Bam, it could be J-Rob. You have to listen to what he's saying about the point where we're talking about, and not the person. Just because you disagree with a take, you don't just start attacking people out of nowhere because doing that shit is lame. Like, it's so lame when people do that. It's mad lame. Listen to what the person is saying instead of what he looked like or something. That shit is just lame.
And what was losing me too is like that. I don't know her name, Kim from ESPN. Probably a lovely, lovely lady. Great at her job. All kudos there. But at the same time, I think when she was commenting on like Cam being on the couch and all of this, and not being able to be
insane.
And I thought that was a little ridiculous, only because I'm pretty sure Cam Newton has been called about backup jobs. I just think Cam Newton is not willing to go be a backup for $1 million, for $2 million. And honestly, between the money he's probably made from his Under Armour deal and the money he's made in the league,
he's sitting on the couch with 9 figures.
Yeah, like he's not. You got to understand. He's probably made so much money.
He's big on $7 on 7.
He's doing good for himself right now. He's doing good for himself on his podcast.
To go play football. Yeah, like it'll have to make sense. Like there's backups out here getting $5 million, $8 million to be on the bench. Like if you're going to be a backup, and obviously, like in some situations, you're assuming that if you're bringing in Cam Newton to be a backup, you want him to be a mentor to some young quarterback.
Facts.
So not only do you want him to be a mentor, you also want him to win you games if something were to happen to your young quarterback. So if that's the case, you paying Jacoby Brissett as much, you paying the Teddy Bridgewaters of the world to do that. Jake Browning probably going to get some bread to be a decent backup. He's not taking $1 million, $2 million to go be a backup. He's just not doing that. It wouldn't make no sense. He's sitting on 100 M's plus, bro. Made so much money. So
Teddy's actually retiring after this season.
And also, bro, he got his 7 on 7 team.
That's what I told you.
Yeah,
that's what I said, Trent. I just said that 7 on 7.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, and I think he was on his podcast. I think like Jared Goff, like I think Christian McCaffrey. A lot of them, it's a few cats in the league that went through a 7 on 7. That's actually like
George Pickens. Yep. Oh, Bo Nix was his. What's his name? What's George?
Oh yeah, Bo Nix. And you got Travis. Yeah. You got Travis right now.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yes, bro. Like, bro, people be trying to play Cam like he like Jimmy Clausen. Like,
he tapped in.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Like that's what was losing me is that they was talking about Cam Newton as if he was like, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If that was Phillip Rivers, you was maybe mad at or something, maybe I could give you that. Phillip Rivers. Cam Newton at least has shown you he can take you to the apex. He's been at the apex of every level of football that he's played at. Bama just said it. High school, national state champion, player of the year, 5-star recruit, college, national champion, junior college, national champion, goes to the Super Bowl in the NFL. So it's like, come on, bro.
The biggest thing,
I agree with wins the MVP.
Like he Jimmy Clausen. Like you talking about Nathan Peterman or something.
The biggest thing that I see as of right now when it comes down to it, probably the biggest reason why this is such a big deal, because the NBA went through something similar. It's the current, I think someone said this too, the current suits, the current media, and then the new media kind of saying anything they want without any kind of filter, right? The NBA had it when they were attacking Draymond Green's podcast. They were attacking some other individuals. And then
like the truth,
people like, they don't. But then JJ Redick, people like Draymond, people like Patrick Beverly, they started going on the shows. And now the mainstream media is like, all right, they're part of us. Now, when it comes down to the NFL, now they're finally hitting it where it's the new media versus the current media with Cam Newton's podcast, for example, because the NFL and the current personalities are now just doing the same thing the NBA was just doing. So that's another big thing. The NFL media don't want to be challenged like they are. Now that they are, they're going to have to adjust. That's important.
But can I say this though, the Panthers fan here, as a Panthers fan who watched Cam, basically through my high school years, man, he definitely was a beautiful thing to see. Here's the thing, y'all don't remember, Cam, like he was not the Patrick Mahomes guy. Like he was like how Lamar is, dog. Like he's the guy who was boisterous. That Atlanta came out of him. He was dabbing on people. All that, like he was the person who didn't care. Like he really was like he didn't care. He'd pout on the sideline when he was upset. Like he showed that he was upset. Tom Brady would do the same thing. They wouldn't play on him. Like that's another thing, and that's the reason why a lot of y'all be like, "Oh, you got to check by Baltimore." No, I had a conversation with some people in Baltimore who are close to Lamar that I know personally that said, "Dog, do you see what they're doing?" And you're basically helping that. So yeah, we look like the same people. When I go on Lamar and I talk smack about him or Mookie, who one of them dudes. It's the same thing that used to be with Cam, dog. I watched it with Cam. So when you put it in my eyes, I'm like, damn, I watched Cam go through this for years when Lamar go through. Oh, he a running back, he this, he that. Because he ain't that Patrick Mahomes, head and shoulders, smile at you, or he ain't just ride Russell Wilson. Like he's a America down home backyard quarterback, like your cousin or somebody playing the league. And that's why he get the heat that he get. That's why he really get it, because he ain't your quintessential, Brian Gumble type of black quarterback.
He changed the game.
He in the trenches.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though, early. Boy, he got Lamar arm beat like times 10.
That's what I said. He got Lamar arm beat.
He has a stronger arm.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That boy really.
Cam was one of the most physical freaks.
And as
I
a
remember
runner,
him coming.
I don't know. As a runner, it's debatable. As a runner, it's really debatable.
Coming into, but y'all remember this? Coming to North Carolina, he had the big smile. He was #1 pick. They was calling him the Magic Johnson of basketball. I mean football. And I remember that. He had the big smile. He had the boisterous personality. They was calling him Magic of football. And I remember that.
I had
he
the
had
Cam
so much
Cleese and Pop
personality.
Warner. I had the Cam Cleese and Pop Warner. The high top.
The high top Jones. Them Jones was fly.
Cam Newton was entertaining for sure.
The highlights.
We all recognize that.
Cam is just Cam, bro. Like
Cam's my Allen Iverson of
especially when you meet him, bro.
Cam's my Allen Iverson, bro.
When you meet Cam, bro, he's one of the funniest people ever, bro.
He's my Allen Iverson.
He's a cool dude. That's why I hate when like athletes get hate because they make a comment. You might not like it, but you also gotta respect what they saying though. Because what
another thing that Cam really knows. Cam knows these people can't talk crazy to him. He got the accolades to back it up. Like y'all can't talk crazy to me. I was really like that, bro. I was really like that.
Yeah,
I mean, if you say something dumb, I don't know.
No, I agree. I think I didn't realize how bad the Cam thing was. Like it actually lost me a bit. So I definitely wanted to talk about that. But let's move on, fellas. Let's talk about what we need to talk about. Let's talk about tonight's game first. Let's get into this Monday night game.
Ooh, another prediction from Manny.
Seattle versus the Eagles. So for those who don't know, actually, the Eagles have not beaten the Seahawks, and I think in the last 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
15 years or so.
Really?
Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but usually the time they play each other would be like playoff games, so they play each other usually late in the year, and you're not always gonna schedule each other because they in the NFC West, they're in the NFC East, so you may go seasons where you don't actually play each other.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they haven't beaten them in a long time.
Is Jalen Hurts playing?
Well, I don't. That's the question. I mean, he's been downgraded to
I haven't heard
right?
anything.
Yeah,
he's playing, bro,
right now.
I think he'll be playing though.
Their backup is what, Mariota?
Yeah, Mariota.
Yeah, the man that David Carr wants to play.
Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, what are y'all thoughts on the game? And honestly, do you think this is a game that the Eagles need to come back and try to regroup? Because I think right now they have to reestablish kind of like their dominance as a team. Go ahead, Manny.
All right. So what I was gonna say on the game is, I think this game for the Eagles, it could prove a lot because people don't. I mean, the Seahawks. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna be a playoff team, but I'm not gonna lie to you. The way this matchup is set up, it couldn't be a good game. It might not be a good game for the Eagles because if you look at the matchups, you got Geno Smith. He's very good at completion percentage. Getting the ball to check down.
Say his name, Manny. Say his name, Manny.
They're gonna have DK. They're gonna have JSN, and they're gonna have Tyler Lockett. You know what I'm saying? And them DBs and them safeties have not been looking good. And if Kenneth Walker starts pounding that ball, it could be a very high scoring game for real. So yeah, that's why I stood on the game.
Yeah, I probably think that. I think the streak, like for the games, I think the streak ends tonight. I think the Eagles will win. But I also will say, because I mean, it depends, bro. Because if Geno's not playing, I think what I just said goes out the window, and I think the Eagles should dominate.
You mean Jalen Hurts?
I think Geno is questionable too.
They're both questionable.
Is still out? I ain't know that.
Yeah, Slay's out.
Slay's had to get a knee scope.
I know. Yeah, Slay is out.
I don't even know who Seattle backup
Drew Lock.
He
played pretty well last game.
Yeah, because I'm saying if Geno plays with that receiving core, they should eat on the Eagles second.
That's what I'm saying.
They should eat. But I think I think the Eagles are they gonna snap the string. I think they need to they gotta have a dominant game to me. They got to reposition.
They won't though. That's the thing. They won't.
I think they can though. Especially
they also made a change. They also made a change at the
DC position. Right?
At Matt Patricia. Well, listen. Before you say that, Matt Patricia could call.
He's not bad. He did pretty good.
Listen, y'all gotta understand something. Everybody's not meant to be a head coach.
Very true.
But if they are assigned to a specific job, they can do that specific job. Like. Even, for example, Bill O'Brien. Some people have mixed reviews about Bill O'Brien, the head coach. But as an OC, I mean, it looked like it was more Mac Jones than it was Bailey. You feel me? So, and it's the same weapons. And Bailey Zappi is not even that great either. And he's producing. So I think Bill O'Brien is really trying to make it easy for both of them. And I just think some people, they just don't got it. So I think in this case, Matt Patricia might be better. The Eagles may need to change some of their philosophy. Like maybe they're not a good man team. Like maybe they got to play a little more zone, play more within themselves. We'll see.
Was JC Jackson? Was Matt Patricia the DC when JC Jackson was there on the
Patriots? It's a good question.
He
I
had
want to
both.
say
He had
I'm not
both
too sure.
Patricia and Flores. He had both.
Oh, he had both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh
all right.
yeah, I forgot.
And
Hellfire
Patricia-
And that
Patricia's
defense was
defense-
very, very, very good.
Yeah, well, Patricia's defenses have been very inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
And especially post New England, they've been very inconsistent.
That Fangio system. Y'all not a fan of Chad? Y'all not a fan of Fangio?
The Nick Fangio system is all right.
My question is, you
Dolphins are doing better, but yeah, for me, when it comes to the Eagles, I mean, y'all said a lot of this is a big trap game for the Eagles at the end of the day when it comes down to the Seahawks. And the big thing for the Seahawks, and Manny said they're a playoff team. I don't know if they're a playoff team right now. Right now, they're not in the playoff race, so they got to keep winning. So they can legitimately just not make the
But
playoffs.
it's bunched up. There's a lot of bunched up teams in there.
There is a bunch of bunched
They're in
up
the race to make it. They're definitely in the race.
It is kind of crazy that the Seahawks started so hot, like they were a lock third seed, and then fall all the way out of the playoffs.
Because Sean McVay's him.
Also, Sean, hey man, Rams season, we here. But yeah, the Seahawks, this is a big game for them. The big thing is what Manny said, because Kenneth Walker hasn't played for the last couple weeks. They've been relying on Zach Charbonnet, and that run game was not it. It just wasn't it. So with Kenneth Walker coming back and tearing up at that linebacking core, which is not good for the Eagles, this can be a very dirty game. But Geno not playing and Jalen Hurts not playing, I would be more sure of myself if I have Drew Lock in versus Marcus Mariota. If Marcus Mariota's in, the Eagles are absolutely cooked, to be honest. But if Drew Lock is in, and considering how he played last week, which was he played a pretty good game, all things considered, the Seahawks can win this game relying on Kenneth Walker. And
tonight's game might come down to coaching for real. It might come down to coaching for real.
And Pete Carroll knows what he's doing. Nick Sirianni, come on, man, lock in. It's not good.
Wait, what you mean?
I definitely think they need to make some plays. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna have to be Jalen Hurts. Like he's gonna have to be special. I think tonight. I think he's going to have to be a game changer. Like I think in some ways,
And let's keep it clear, they got some boys on that defense that could play with Smitty and AJ
Brown.
Yeah.
No, listen. The Seahawks. The Seahawks.
AJ Brown.
I think the Seahawks.
If they could get pressure on the quarterback, most definitely.
They got the real defensive MVP. Rookie of the year over there in Witherspoon. Better than Jalen Carter.
Tariq Woolen got the size to compete with AJ Brown at the very.
I don't know. Jalen Carter. I'm gonna lie. I don't know, man. Because
I'm not saying
Carter
he could,
is one of
but
the
he's
best
at least
D tackles in the league already. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know if Witherspoon is already top
I'm a
10.
Sauce fan, man. He's having the same year as Sauce last year.
I don't know if Witherspoon is a top 10 DB in the NFL right now. He's not having a Sauce
I'm not
like
buying that right now.
No, he's not better than Sauce, but
he's not having a Sauce like year.
No,
he's not top 10. Not crazy.
No, the closest.
He's not a top 10 DB. I'm saying I don't even think
there's
he
still
plays is he a corner or is he safety?
He plays corner.
Yeah, he's not a top 10 corner.
No, and he's also a better box safety.
Sauce was a top 10 corner his first year.
And extend on who's having the closest the season to Sauce, it's Deontay Banks.
Respect Banks, yes sir.
Don't say that to Trent. Don't say that to Trent.
If Christian Gonzalez was out there too, if Christian Gonzalez was out there,
Gonzalez would have been there.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. And I'm not gonna lie. I know y'all not watching these football games because if y'all want to talk about corners having rookie years, I want you to know that boy Joey Porter Jr.
is
putting together just as good of a year as Devin Witherspoon, if not better.
Boy, I've been preaching Joey Porter for like 6 weeks.
Let's not forget. And Trent, didn't I say my CB1 was Joey Porter?
Yeah, you say
and I said I don't think, and I say he probably won't go number one because Gonzo's the freak athlete of the corners, and Witherspoon is another crazy athlete.
Just who come down and smack.
But Joey Porter, I said, is probably the best cover guy, and he has shown that already. I'm telling you.
I really think though.
Have I not been preaching Joey Porter all season?
I'm gonna be honest.
I love Joey Porter.
I'm personally biased to players' kids because I think the mental part of the game for coaches' kids they grasp it a little bit faster. And they understand expectations a little sooner because of the pressure of who their parents are. And I think they
somebody go holler at Chauncey Samuel, son, because he's terrible.
Yeah, but that's not every kid not going to ever.
Not every kid gonna be better
not
than
going to be.
Sandy Samuel Jr. is awful.
But then
I think
you can say him, but then look at Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's dad got a Super Bowl ring with the Broncos. That's one of the best players.
And I think Asante Samuel Jr. not bad, bro. Because
I don't think he is either. I think that's that
I think he can do way better.
He makes the worst plays, dog. He makes the.
He gambles like Trayvon.
No, but I like coach's kids.
But Trayvon got the physical talent to gamble.
Like for example, let's be real. Like for example, I think Shedeur Sanders, the way he was able to still put up numbers with the worst offensive line in college football, I think that has to do because he's been watching film since he was 10 years old?
Younger than that.
His understanding of the game exceeds what's going on.
I give you that.
And his dad played DB. His dad could
I look at all these players in the league who got parents like if most of them, they usually end up pinning out. I mean, not everybody not going to be crazy like.
It's not like basketball.
LeBron James.
Yeah,
even those kids too, though.
It's not like basketball.
Those kids are too, though. But even those kids too. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously, Bronny James and Bryce James. I don't think they're going to be their dad. I mean, that's ridiculous, But
Bryce might be top 10 in the league.
Steph Curry's dad played in the league. Curry's dad played in the league.
Oh, damn.
Klay Thompson's dad played professional baseball. Like you can even look at Patrick Mahomes.
His brother plays professional.
Now, Klay Thompson's dad played in the league too. He played for the Lakers.
Yeah,
Michael Thompson played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
His brother plays in the
brother plays in the pros. Yeah. Brother plays. But that's in your that's in your family, bro. That shit has I think it has an effect on it helps. So like I definitely will say I'm biased against the players' kids 100%.
But another thing with the players is like when people be like, "Oh, why you not as good as your parent?" The hunger is not the same.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. You could tell
the hunger's not the same. I already got it.
And don't love the sport.
Yeah, they already got it.
I agree. And it's sometimes.
But Manny, some kids got that. I don't want to be in my father's shadow, and they go even harder.
That's very true. No, some of them.
I say being a coach's kid. I understand.
Or being a coach's kid. I like coach's kids too. Look at Jalen Hurts.
Trent, my bad.
Trent, coach's kids too. I like coach's kids too. Trent been around the game for a long time.
Yeah, but at the very least, it's definitely harder to be that guy when your dad's a star.
And then if you fuck up, your parents are looking. They're looking at your parents, and when you do bad, they look at your parents.
Like even like bro, my kid. Like if my kid plays football, my kid is gonna probably be taller than me, and my kid is going to be way better than me because I'm going to have so much just experience that I can give to him at an early age, just from playing the game that he's going to be able to take in. So I definitely think that benefits. But moving on.
We laugh and we joke about LeVar, but LeVar he been on them kids for a long time.
Yeah, he did it big. I respect the hell out of LeVar, boy. He did it big. So let's move on, man. Riddell.
What's up?
I know you saw the rankings. It's falling. And right now it's falling because you got to talk about your mans.
T-Law? I mean, I knew that's the reason.
He is, and it's
tell the truth, J-Rob. Tell the truth, J-Rob. He don't know football. He don't know football. Tell the truth. He don't know football. You don't know football. I'm playing.
Yeah, stop.
Is that true, Riddell? Do you know football?
I don't know how I'm up here if I don't know football.
I like it
because Michael's on suspension. That's why. Because Michael's on suspension.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
Riddell was here first.
When it comes down to it, T-Law, Trevor Lawrence, not a good game. And I'm not gonna be here, putting context in a lot of the things when it comes to T-Law because even though there were things that they could have done better, like they were in the red zone like 4 times in the first half and just didn't execute. Missed field goal, which was roughing the kicker. I'm just saying. Another missed field goal. Bad, ugly fumble from Trevor Lawrence. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. He just dropped the ball. I was like,
J-Rob, that was 2 of 2019 versus LSU.
Oh God. Bro, when he did that, all I could think of, I said Riddell is somewhere because doing his patented. Oh, look up at this guy, rolling his eyes. I said, he's probably looking at Trevor Lawrence right now, like, what?
You can't.
He's like, bro, I caved for you, bro.
It's crazy. You can't defend that.
Why you do this to me?
And then the cherry on top of how that game was going was when he threw a bomb to Zay Jones. Zay Jones had a great play, and then what did they do after? They did a play they got tackled in the within the inbounds, and the clock ran out, and they got no points. And I'm like, bro,
Zay?
what?
Zay's in the chat. Pull up, Zay.
Salute, Zay.
So with that said, the Jaguars just didn't execute. I think they have the capability to beat the Ravens from what I see in the game. But when you don't execute, when you play bad, when you do dumb mistakes like Trevor Lawrence did, there's no excuse. Like the Texans and the Colts are right there. They're trying to take your playoff spot. You got to stop losing at this point. So
the Colts are there. The Colts are there.
They are right there.
Actually, aren't they? What's his name?
They're all tied.
Y'all gonna start playing with Calvin Ridley name too, man. Calvin Ridley is legit, dog.
Jaguars are number one in the division.
He's legit. We know this. I said that 2 weeks ago.
Stop. What's legit?
But him as a player
is a top
Calvin Ridley. He's legit.
Calvin
He's
Ridley
a better quarterback.
Receiver in the game.
No, it's not.
If he played for the Chiefs, he would be. If he played for the Chiefs, he's top 15.
Bro, have you seen Ridley be playing?
Bro,
Ridley can't even get separation. I'm like, bro, what?
Why? He can't get separation
right now.
Really leads the NFL in defensive pass interferences. What are you talking about? He leads the NFL in defensive pass interferences.
Wait, hold on, Early.
I'm starting to get
talk
convinced.
about Calvin Ridley. That is the one thing you don't.
You just said that he got no separation on routes. That's what he does.
No, I'm saying he can't get
separation
right now. I'm watching it,
bro.
and then
he literally is the number one receiver in pass interference penalties, dog.
I didn't say what really needs to be said. Zay Jones is better than Calvin Ridley. I don't care, bro.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my God!
Zay Jones.
No, he's not.
Shout out to
Zay Jones is a bigger weapon.
Zay Jones has been a better weapon, more consistent. Calvin Johnson, listen, Trent. I understand Calvin really is the better name, sexier name, but he has not been the receiver that he's supposed to have been. And right now, if I were to pick a receiver strictly on reliability,
Trevor Lawrence is his quarterback, J-Rob.
That's not true. Hold on, Early.
Give me Zay Jones right now because Zay Jones is more, to me, he's more athletic. He's not faster, more athletic. I think his hands are, come on, let's be honest about Calvin Ridley's hands, y'all.
Ain't good. They are.
His hands is C at best, bro. Let's be real about it. He dropped so many passes.
Wait, okay, but
no, come on, Trent. We don't. You and me don't even play about that type stuff.
Zay Jones' hands is
doodle. No.
Calvin really.
Zay been better this year. No trade. Let's go watch the all 22s again.
Yo, Zay won't even best top, bro. Zay will never be top.
If you watch the all 22s, Trent, if me and you watch the all 22s again, bro, you will be like, all right, J-Rob. All
right, J-Rob. Let me ask you a question.
Zay is not the burner, and it's not going to look as pretty. But I think in terms of consistency, the hands, the size, the athleticism, give me Zay Jones.
There's a reason why the Jaguars missed Zay Jones.
Facts, bro. That offense didn't look the same without Zay, bro. It didn't.
They didn't have a reliable outside threat. And right now, Zay Jones is injured, so I don't even know what's going on with him.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, it's not great.
When y'all watch the all 22,
but Calvin get separation. That's not my argument.
No.
That's a crazy.
I'm saying like. No, my point is when it comes to as of right now, that's supposed to be his like bread and butter.
Yeah,
and he hasn't been doing it consistent enough.
No, bro, the biggest thing on Calvin really and why like on his stat sheet why it doesn't look like because he dropped so many TDs. Bro, he's had like 6 TDs. I'm saying though, Riddell, don't bring up separation. That's a bad point. That's the worst point.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what is actually going on. I'm like, so because
Calvin really
it's the exact reason why you keep going down in the rankings, Rodell. You don't know ball.
I don't care, Early. Shut up.
No.
And when it comes down to Calvin Ridley, my thing is, because I agree with you, when Calvin Ridley came on this team, he was supposed to be that consistent. I could beat my 1v1 coverage. I don't have to worry about that. And since the beginning of the year, he just hasn't been doing that consistently.
So what does leading the NFL in pass interference do? Like, is that not a good thing? He leads the NFL in pass interference.
Let me ask you a question. I got a question. When you watch the all 22, like when you watch the Jaguars, and how many times does Calvin really run out routes and little hitches and one-step slants? They don't scheme him open. They scheme open Christian Kirk and everybody else. They don't scheme him open.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, bro. Even if you scheme him open, I'm going to be honest. For me, personally, when I look at receivers, I like reliability. And to me right now, Calvin Johnson.
Yo, you've been.
Yeah, let me put some respect on Calvin Johnson.
That would be a bad clip.
My bad, Megatron. Calvin Ridley. I like. Yo, Trent got me crying. I want to call you by your government right now.
Yo, bro, I'm like, Zay
He about to hit me with the John Robinson on Player's Choice.
Yeah, bro. Like, yo,
listen, bro. Listen, Trent. I know that Calvin really get rid of what you saw with the Falcons. I gotta go what I've seen post gamble.
Facts.
I gotta go by what I've seen post gamble. Calvin really, Trent, I like reliability, and I'm gonna be honest. For a guy who's supposed to be a big play wide receiver, to me, he does not make enough big plays. And I'm not saying next year he could work on his hands and be that guy. I still think he could be a 15, 1,600 yard wide receiver. He's that explosive and that fast. But when I look at Zay Jones, I just know that Zay's going to be more reliable.
But every time Calvin gets a big play, he gets a pass interference.
I think Zay Jones is in a lot of ways is a better intermediate route runner than Calvin at times. And you may not agree with that, but I think he's been more reliable in the immediate game. So because he's been more reliable in that part of the game, I'm going to say he's better at it. Well, I like Zay. And Zay's bigger. He's a bigger catch radius, bigger receiver. You feel me? There's a lot of players that I don't think he's not giving Zay enough.
Calvin really was. I think the issue with Calvin really was because J-Rob. People always talk about the J-Rob curse.
I got Christian Kirk over him too right now.
The G baby. This will happen. This will happen. The G baby curse was in effect. He put hella extra.
Christian Kirk. All right, bro.
Yeah,
he's been the best receiver.
Bro, you gotta go on reliability.
Yeah.
Kirk just shows up.
I'm saying, look, J-Rob.
He leads the NFL in defensive pass interference, drawing defensive pass interference. Does that not matter?
How many drops do he got this year, bro?
Okay, but J-Rob, I think
how many touchdowns has he dropped, bro?
Calvin Ridley. But I think
that's a part of your job. Do your job.
Also, there's a lot of miscommunication between Trevor Lawrence and Ridley too that got to be fixed.
Do your job. You dropped the ball. You're not doing your job. Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones to me do their job. I mean, Zay Jones and Christian Kirk to me do their job.
Christian Kirk does his job very well.
Done his job.
Nigga, what if I'm still gambling on the over on drops?
Oh my God!
What about Trevor Lawrence not doing his job?
You can't defend
not his fault. Hold on. Early.
Nah, early. Him dropping those touchdowns is not T-Law fault.
That's not T-Law fault.
No, because like you can't. That's never quarterback fault.
We gotta stop always giving people passes because they run fast, bro. We can't always give passes because they throw far and they run fast. Talent only take you so far. Do the work. Calvin Ridley, I want you to do your job. I don't want to be 3rd and 8. We throw you the deep ball, the guy's burnt, and it goes through both your hands. That's just the truth.
Well, I'm out this though, J-Rob.
That's why they throwing it one-on-one and Zay Jones, who got a fat-ass knee brace on, to end the games because they know that Zay's more reliable. Come on, he's been more reliable. Do your job. Do your job.
Say the Jags offense as a whole just been disappointing?
Yeah, and I think he's at the head of the snake. I already told you how I feel about the quarterback. He don't pop off the screen either. I've already said you already know how I feel about the
but the drops.
Press Taylor, I blame more than anything else.
I think Press Taylor sometimes get too conservative. I think Press Taylor get too conservative. He rely on ETN a little too much, and sometimes I say when you relying on this run game, this conservative offense, to me at times it's almost like your belief in your quarterback. So I think it's a little bit of everybody. I think the offense is right now a product of Doug, Press, receivers not doing their job and catching the ball, and a quarterback who y'all want to tell me can be a top 5 quarterback, a top 6, 7 guy in the league. Not me. Some people have said that to me, not just Riddell. I'm not just singing him out. Dev thinks he could be that type of guy too. But when the team needs him to be more, to me, he looks closer to the Dak Prescotts of the world, to the guys that Cam was talking about, the game manager type guys. I don't think he does the extravagant, the extraordinary. And so because he's not extraordinary and he doesn't have extraordinary things around you, you're not going to get that. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, for when it comes down to what I'm seeing, Tank said it in the chat too. Press, he's loving his screens. He's loving the run game because Travis Etienne is good. Like, bro, he's doing great.
He's great.
He's great.
But I think the biggest thing for me from what I've seen all season, I don't know what their identity is. Other than Travis Etienne, I'm like, Okay, who's the guy? Who do you want to be your go-to guy? Who's a third down threat? What is how are you going to play your offense? They're going to rely on the short, conservative plays, run game, and then play action bomb, or are you going to go more a focus on the out routes when it comes down to Ridley or maybe Zay Jones taking a deep vertical or Christian Kirk dominating in the middle? I never know what they want to do. And that's as of right now, this is my biggest issue with the Jaguars. I don't know what
they do. They run the ball on 3rd and 2nd down. They get to 3rd and 4, and then they find Christian Kirk on a slant.
Yeah, it's real predictable. It's predictable, and that's the thing.
I could be real nasty, but I'm gonna just
do it, bro.
Nasty.
Please
go
do
ahead.
it.
Go ahead.
I'm just like
you gonna remember you gonna for number 1 right now. You right at the
bro, like
don't be great.
I just know I'm not trying to always because every time I think of Riddell, I think of Herbert, and I just think of all the energy he used to give, bro. When they would lose games and just lose games like this. And this is like, when it comes to T-Law, bro, it's just like they just lost.
But inconsistency.
You talk about
consistency.
You talk about
Early, you just be chatting. Crap is coming out your mouth right now. You need to stop.
Yeah, I know, Riddell.
I know, you know. Stop it. Just relax.
But I'm just like,
I'm better than you, Riddell. You know it.
I want to ask
Riddell. Still coming out.
No, this is a question for you, Riddell. Like,
way better than you.
I'm chilling with you early. You just keep on doing it.
Is that my dog, G Daddy?
Nah. You think I'm gonna let you slap that Steph Curry stuff? I'm a Taurus, Riddell. We don't talk about it's beef forever.
Okay, so hold on.
I'm just gonna call what it is then, early.
My nigga,
let me ask you this though.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Riddell, why are you not giving Trevor Lawrence more like harsh on like these past few weeks? Why are you not doing that?
The only reason why I'm not doing that is because everybody else is already doing it. So for me, when it comes down to it, yes, I am critical of Herbert, and I give him a certain title, and I'm waiting for him to prove me wrong. But my opinion of Herbert is still elite quarterback, franchise quarterback, top 5 or top 6 quarterback in the league. That has never changed in terms of my opinion about Herbert. When it comes to T-Law, I'm just hearing a lot of things like he's just falling down on the ranking. He's not elite. He's not that great. Like
he's not elite.
Because
he's not elite.
He's never
okay. Fine. See, that's
wait, Riddell. Do you think he's elite?
He's not playing elite right now.
No, that's not the question. No. Answer the question. Yes or no?
Think he is elite?
Do you think he is an elite quarterback? And then once you say, and if you say yes, you tell me what makes him elite, or what? No, not what makes him elite. What do you consider elite? What is your qualifications for elite?
I will say no now because this season counteracts last season. I'll say that.
All right.
So right now he's borderline.
So how he top 10 then, Rodell? How he top 10?
10 elite guys.
If you don't even think he's elite.
There's a lot of top 10 quarterbacks not elite.
You don't have to be elite to be top 10.
There's no top 10.
If we taking injuries, outside, because I'm talking Kirk and Aaron Rodgers, he would not be top 10.
Because here's my thing, though.
If Kirk and Aaron Rodgers healthy, he's not top 10.
No, because look,
Kirk Cousins is better than him.
Kirk Cousins is better than him.
Hey, I appreciate the Kirk love.
Kirk is better than him.
Kirk is better than T-Law.
Kirk is better than T-Law right now.
I think T-Law is better than Kirk. That's just my humble opinion.
I'll say before I let G-Baby go, because this is all I'm saying. I just vividly remember how everybody was with Herbert in these beginning of these weeks. Y'all keep the same energy. You, J-Rod, you, Manny, you, Hellfire, you, Bama. Everybody is keeping the same energy. And then when it comes to T-Law, J-Rob, you keeping the same energy. Bam, you keeping the same energy. And then Riddell was just like, oh, he just this and that. You're not saying nothing.
I mean, so what? If he doesn't, so
T-Law
what?
plays like, when T-Law plays like dirt, bro, I don't hear nothing.
Well, I mean, you got to understand.
I
hear it. Riddell did put this target on. I will say, Riddell, I will admittedly say you did put the target on your back when you did the choke artist thing.
You put the beam on your forehead.
I thought that was too harsh. No, I understand you stand by it, as you should. Always stand 10 toes.
Stand on business.
I respect it. But I knew the moment you said that,
you were cooked.
I knew he was. They're not gonna let. I know.
I'm when it comes to Herbert. Bro.
Yo, my chunky monkeys. I know what they're gonna do. My chunky monkeys, I know what they're going to do. Okay.
So I also want to be. I want to be very clear too, because I mean I hear what you're saying, Trent, and I already said the only reason why I bring up Trevor Lawrence is to defend him over the over criticism, because everybody's already defending Herbert. So we already got the back and forth. We got people defending Herbert. We got people killing Herbert. We got people killing Trevor Lawrence. Me and Dev are the only one defending him. So we got the back and forth on the channel. But let's not act like everybody here always keeps the same energy all the time. That's just not true. All right, because
no, hey, no, J-Rob, no, J-Rob. He's got a point.
I'm the host. I'm the host.
Hey, you can be the host, but he's got a point.
Okay, hold on, wait, Riddell, real quick. Bama don't count because he's grade A glaze. He don't count. He don't count. He don't count. He don't count.
I stand on Bennett. All my predictions been right. You can't.
But like.
Hold on.
Even that would be keeping the same energy, though.
But wait, hold up, because I don't know. I just got.
Come on, Justin Fields. I've been holding it down for my brother right now.
We've been holding
it down for Justin, man.
Mr. Bama, because everybody seems to be going at Riddell, and I just got home, so I don't know. Why is nobody going at Mr. Bama?
Oh, go get him. Go get him.
Go get him.
You get bonus points for cooking the host. You get bonus points for cooking the host.
He called on the fifth Hokage.
Oh, yes! Yes, you did! Yes, you did! I remember that!
Oh, no, G-Baby's going to 1. G-Baby's going to 1. G-Baby's going to 1.
If I'm going to go down sweeping, everybody going down.
He did.
If everybody
say that.
Hold on. Everybody comes at me every week about T-Law.
You're not about to jump him up here. You're not about to jump my dog up here.
I'm not the only one
that's not about to come up here and jump him.
In fairness, G-Baby.
Everybody go follow the sword with
Bro said Lady Tsunade.
Yeah,
he is Lady Tsunade.
G-Baby said we going for the Rico. G-Baby said we going for the Rico. We taking everybody down with.
Everybody coming down.
Man, I respect it. At this point, we gotta do what we gotta do, man.
In fairness,
I
did say Deshaun Watson was the 4th.
And what's going on with him?
He's hurt though. He's hurt.
So I had to do a few walkbacks with T-Law, aka keeping the same on somebody. Like at least, bro, if I'm a glaze Lamar, glaze Justin Jefferson, glaze every Alabama player, I gotta keep some consistency somewhere. So why not choose to keep the consistency with Dak? You know what I'm saying? Trevor Lawrence, sprinkling here and there, Joe Burrows, you know what I'm saying? So why not be consistent with those guys?
And I hear you. I just didn't want to be the only one because I'll come out here and say, T-Law, if we just talk about this past game, I think the first half execution. I think the first half execution on Sunday night was horrible. I think it was terrible. It should have been a 14-10 game. It is what it is. That second half.
Oh, he played like shit.
I ain't gonna lie though. He played like Buki. He played like Buki in that second half. But I also will say this, and I'm gonna say this though, G-Baby, that y'all gotta start saying about Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he takes enough command at times. Like, if you're an elite franchise guy, that y'all say that, some people think he is. And I also say, we talked about being the number 1 overall guy and the expectations that come with being the number 1 pick. It's not fair. It's not his fault where he got selected, but went number 1. G-Baby, you got 20 seconds from the throws Zay Jones catches. He gets to the zone.
God, are you talking about
we could look at Prez Taylor. I could look at Prez. I could look at Prez. I can look at Doug Peterson, and I can 100% give them blame for that. But I'm gonna let y'all know something, fellas. The decision to throw a 5-yard out.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jeremy. I don't want to interrupt
veteran, as their 3rd-year quarterback, veteran franchise leader.
Yeah,
throw that ball into the end zone. Throw a fade. Either it's a touchdown,
I'm with you, or an incompletion,
and you kick a field goal.
Yeah,
I would expect way more from the quarterback in that situation.
Yes. I will give you that. And J-Rob, I will give you that 100%. And I'm like I said,
that was a goof.
Not the Browns game. Who did they play before the Browns? Oh, the Bengals game.
Yeah.
Bengals game, I think T-Law was because they're on a 3-game losing streak right now. So that's the game I'm talking about. Bengals thing, I think it was fine. I think he got hurt. It was unfortunate. And even then, I still think the Jags should have won that game, but they got. He
played good. He played good.
It is whatever. Browns, I don't know what. I don't know what.
He ran.
No.
Who said he played good?
No, he didn't. Who
just lied?
I watched that game
Against the Bengals.
Against the Browns. No. Against the Browns. No.
Against the Bengals.
No, the Bengals was fine. The Bengals was fine. Against the Browns, no. I watched that game, bro. The first half I thought was fine.
Yeah,
Bro, he had I think he had 4 or 3 interceptions. Whatever the total amount of interceptions he was. The next number below. Okay, so 2 of them. T-Law. I'm sorry. And I really don't like talking like this because these guys are in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I teach my middle schoolers when I coach them. If the guy is playing over top, you either throw a back shoulder or you don't throw it at all. Why are you throwing? Because Calvin really ran a fade route. Why are you throwing an over top fade route?
I wouldn't even throw a back shoulder. I wouldn't even throw a back shoulder to Calvin Ridley. His hands not that good.
No, you're right. I wouldn't throw it.
I'm gonna give it a beam, man. His hands not that good. Now, if that's Zay Jones, I'm throwing it though.
Okay, so J-Rob, I thought we didn't troll here.
I'm not trolling about that. Bro, hold on. First of all, y'all know how I feel about Zay. I guarded Zay Jones in college, so I got big respect for Zay. He's like that. 2,
I'm being biased or you?
No, I'm not being biased.
Game knows game, bro. Game knows game, bro.
Jones. I like Zay Jones more than I like Calvin right now.
Hey, Manny. So, Manny, let me ask you a question.
You watch the Jags. That's your team.
I think Calvin really is better than Zay Jones. I'm not on that hill.
But I think Manny would agree with me, though, that Zay Jones being out the offense affected that offense,
them
bro.
a lot.
I think right now Christian Kirk
what he does for them
more.
Is big,
I think Christian Kirk.
Yeah, because Christian Kirk is obviously the best receiver on that team.
It's Kirk 1, Jones 2, and Ridley 3.
We need to have a conversation that y'all don't want to have.
Wait. I'm sorry, J-Rob.
I think Calvin Ridley's been our 3rd best receiver.
Hey, wait, hold on. Oh, well, if you want to say he's playing,
not talent-wise, talent.
No, if you want to say he's
playing,
talent-wise, I think he might be number 2.
Playing fine, but here's my thing, right?
And then
I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to stay on it too much, but I feel like it's kind of a little disingenuous because we saw last year that offense, and we always bring it up. That offense without Calvin Ridley last year, even the first half of the season, wasn't great. They picked it up for sure, but it still wasn't great. I think this season, the play caller changed. I 1,000% believe that because I don't think Doug Peterson was calling. I still don't think he's calling the plays.
He's not.
But I also think this year we haven't really seen what that offense looked like without Calvin. So it's kind of hard to say, like, because we've seen every time when they missed Zay Jones, it looked a little like they were struggling. As soon as Kirk got hurt, other than the Bengals game, you could tell they missed him for the Browns game.
You could tell they missed him for this game. Open every game. He schemes Kirk open every game.
Oh yeah, Kirk is nasty in the slot.
No, he's nice. He's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like
we need to have conversations y'all don't want to have.
I think Calvin really. So even though I know this is tough for me to say because I came out here all off season. I think
y'all blindly don't look at the stats when it comes to Brock Purdy at times.
He threw the deep.
It's not crazy. I can show you the stats. I can show you the stats, show you the numbers. I'm not lying about Brock Purdy
right now.
No,
before.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry.
I hate when y'all do that.
But also too. I'm sorry, J-Rob.
The
reason why it's not comparable. The reason why to me it's not comparable, bro.
Brock Purdy and T-Law.
No, the reason why to me it's not comparable, bro, of what they're doing, and I do not want to be disrespectful because at the end of the day, hey, you can be. No, hold on.
Do the same shit. He go do the same shit on that.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. That outlaw showed me last night he wouldn't do the same
what
shit.
It is, bro.
No.
That outlaw last night showed me.
I'm sorry.
Bro,
Stop.
Are you talking about an outlaw?
My bad. I'm gonna say what I said. I'm gonna say it again because I hate when y'all do this. Y'all dissing James about Brock Purdy. Shout out to Brock Purdy for everything that he's doing. He's a front runner for the MVP. His numbers are great. But what I never want to talk about when it comes to Brock Purdy is that if Brock Purdy didn't throw a single pass forward in the NFL this year, he would still lead the NFL in yards per attempt. That means he's averaging almost 9 yards per every screen, bubble screen, and all of that.
Like, bro,
I still will say he's the MVP. If the game was over, that's not a bad stat. That's not a bad stat.
Okay, wait, J-Rob.
The game ain't just won.
Man, the game against when they blew out the Eagles, bro. You look at all his throws. There was only one throw completed past 10 yards. Only one. All of them were short routes and all of that.
I will give it to you. He might win MVP and he will deserve it. He is better than Jimmy G. He has been a heaven sent for. He's been a heaven sent for the 49ers. I want to make sure he gets all his due. Shout out to Brock Purdy. He deserves every single thing that's coming his way. But
especially that
if
cheese.
but Manny, if you in your heart of hearts believe that if the 49ers paid Brock Purdy $55 million a year, $50 million a year to be the franchise quarterback, and you think that team will look exactly what it looks like now, you're lying to yourself.
We're gonna see.
We literally saw them without Debo and Trent and how bad they were.
They lost 3 games. They lost 3 games. They lost 3 games. All I'm saying is, when we was getting to that game manager conversation that Cam was talking about,
I think T-Law belongs in it. I think he belongs in it.
I do too.
That's the point I was making, J-Rob.
But you're saying that he's better. I don't think.
No, I meant to make same conversation.
I didn't hear him. Wait. You said you think T-Law belongs there. In order for you to be, I'm sorry, Chad. I really am. For me, at least for me, and this I'll explain my definition and then explain why. I'll explain my definition. But here's the thing, though, because when we talk about game managers, it's kind of like you just kind of there, you chilling. Like you have to have a lot of things go your way and have the right pieces, scheme, the effective run game, and all that in order for you to be an effective game manager. Right now, T-Law don't have that effective run game that everybody swear up and down he do. He's got a great running back, but that run game
in the beginning of the season he did. In the first couple games he did. In the first half of the season he did.
The whole season, bro.
And even then, that first half of the season, there was a couple games. They have a bottom ranked.
Oh, I forgot Random was here.
Random, go ahead, bro.
What's up, gang?
You know the craziest part is
I love this guy.
When I call the Jags the AFC version of the Lions,
facts.
Riddell over there looking like the evil bad guy in all the Avengers movie. The craziest part is they share a lot of similarities. A quarterback that when he's playing well, you could possibly say he's top 10. A dynamic young running back. Some receivers that you can't discount. Yet when they play the big dogs, they get blown out.
I think they got better receivers actually.
They got blown out. So now the craziest part is
Riddell.
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Definitely had better receivers.
Jacksonville definitely got better receivers.
What happened when they played the 49ers? What happened to the Jags when they played the 49ers?
What happened when they beat the Bills, right? The Bills are supposed to be a good team.
That
and
did
against
not
the
answer
Ravens,
my question at
against
all.
the Ravens, I don't care about
Brady
your
now.
Against the Ravens,
now he doesn't
when
care
it comes
about my
down
question.
to it,
They're the
they
same.
played a good game. You keep on trying to take a victory lap of something that doesn't make sense. The reason
the
why
AFC version of the Lions.
No. The reason why I kept on saying.
Can I guard the Random?
Oh my God, I don't.
The reason why I kept on saying you brought me up, Random. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I just don't understand how you keep. This is exactly what happens, especially Riddell gets in this mode where he doesn't care about your question. He gets so stubborn that he refuses to see what's happening in front of him. Like legitimately, tell me the difference between the Jags and the Lions.
You before.
No,
when
you
it comes
just
down,
said T-Law.
when it comes down to the Lions, my biggest thing when it came to the Lions is one. When they face a good team, I don't think they can compete. When we see the Jags face a good team, at least we've seen them compete. It's not like there was like, oh, hands down, the Ravens are just dominating up and down. No, even G-Baby admitted they should have been 14-10 going into half.
So the 49ers game didn't happen.
The other big thing about this conversation.
So the 49ers game didn't happen.
They got smacked by the Niners.
Yeah, I'll give you to the 49ers.
And also, like the Lions,
what about the Browns?
They have losses. They have losses they shouldn't have.
We're
also not going to pretend like
team has losses they shouldn't have. What? You're not
Riddell.
Every team has a loss.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time. We are not also going to pretend like earlier in the season the Texans didn't just walk in there and smack them around. What are we doing?
And then the Jags beat the
their resumes are eerily similar. You just don't want it. You just don't like it.
Nah, the AFC Lions was a good comp. The AFC Lions. I'm gonna tell you why. That was a great comp by Random because
I've been saying this for weeks.
I gotta agree with Random. I gotta agree with Random a lot with that one because the Lions won against a Broncos team that I think a lot of us were starting to feel a little bit. They starting to win some games, they're trying to figure out their identity. So I think a lot of us would look at them beating them. They beat a good team. I won't say a great team, good opponent. But I think where I agree with Random is, even though they beat the Broncos dominantly, I'm still not 100% confident in them going into a postseason game because it's like they could look so good and dominant in one game, and then in another game they could look so bad. Like the Dolphins beating my Jets 30-0. I can't get moved by it.
They beat teams they're supposed to beat. They beat teams they're supposed to beat.
I'll say one more thing. And then I'll let y'all say. I'm gonna bridge the gap with you, Random. I'm gonna bridge the gap. When I'm perceiving you saying that argument, I'm thinking you're saying that their play styles are similar. That's what I'm because when I see the Lions, it's very obvious what they are.
Yeah,
when I'm seeing
they
the
are
Jaguars,
high formation, run the ball.
When I see the Jaguars, I don't.
Man, everybody know what random.
I don't know.
I knew a random man. I know a random man.
I know a random man. I don't know why he went for play.
I don't know why you went to play style.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know why you went there either.
Wait, but hold on, real quick.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna finish and let you all have that.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let my boy.
So when it comes down to it, because this is very important, because every time we bring up the Jaguars lines, we're diagnosing mostly Trevor Lawrence versus Jared Goff is how I'm seeing it at the end of the day. So that's why I'm like, okay, play style, what Trevor Lawrence means for that team versus Jared Goff means for that team, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
They're in the
but
same
if you want to make the argument, a team that is questionable and going to the playoffs, most teams in the NFL are the Detroit Lions. Let's keep it a stat. So it doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day, bringing up that argument. Because the only team we're really sure of, is the 49ers and the Ravens, and even the Eagles are questionable. So it doesn't mean anything. But if you want to have a victory lap of something that doesn't mean anything,
bro. You know exactly what I meant. All of a sudden,
go ahead.
Never said play style. The other 4 weeks I said it. All of a sudden, play style now being said. All right, bro.
Did I say what was wrong? Did anything I said was wrong?
Comparison with the Jags and them as a team. And this isn't towards Trent.
You're better than
I didn't say anything I said wasn't wrong.
And this isn't toward Trent, J-Rob, or Bama, because you guys been consistent about the quarterback thing, the energy. So I'm not talking about or Manny or even Manny, because I know how he feels. The thing I think that Trevor Lawrence slander is dumb at this point, because that has he been great? No. Has he been good? I mean, has he been bad? No. So why is he getting slandered? And we know the situation. We know the drop passes. And right now, if you go based off the stats, even though film matter, he has a better stats than Lamar Jackson. Even though we all know Lamar's better than him, but we're not gonna trash Lamar's stats, right? And I
will answer the question.
Hold on, G baby. Let me ask G baby. I just need to ask him a quick question. Quick question, G baby. Please, Dev. If Trevor Lawrence didn't play for Clemson, would you be saying this? No, hold on, Dev. Dev, answer the question. If Trevor Lawrence didn't play for Clemson, would you be saying this?
Why do you keep on bringing it up?
Yes, I was saying the same thing. I was saying the same thing.
Dev, I'll answer the question. Dev, I'll answer the question. The reason he's getting killed right now is because of me. Because I went on, especially because I came out here on this show acting crazy when he came back 28-0. I was in the Discord acting crazy. Hellfire remembers. Trent remembers. I was going crazy. I said Trevor Lawrence is here, and I was
generational talent.
Season. I said we got Calvin Ridley.
Generation.
Absolutely.
He is
Calvin. To answer the question,
he's really selling you right now, G baby. He's really selling you right now.
Yeah, he is, because right now I expected much better. Now to start the year, the drops and the missed touchdowns were ridiculous. They couldn't get their feet in bounds.
Exactly.
But then once that died down, he still hasn't been where I feel like he should have.
Plateaued.
Now you can argue quarterback play has been down all across the board. But the problem is I expected Trevor Lawrence to be better than that. And he hasn't. So that's why he's getting, because I promise you, if I would have never came out here on his generational talent going crazy, like I promise you he would have been getting killed like this. I promise you he wouldn't.
Okay, so now real quick though, because I don't know, J-Rob, y'all ain't hear Manny, G-Baby, y'all ain't hear him. When y'all talking about T-Law and Brock Purdy, Manny, you said T-Law can't do what Brock Purdy's doing right now on the 49ers?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. That's why when he was saying that, I'm like,
no, I didn't.
You literally said
Early probably said that.
Because you didn't hear me. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I said from a decision-making standpoint, I understand like T-Law, yeah, he could do things. He could do things Brock Purdy can't do from an arm talent perspective. I know that. I'm not stupid. But I'm saying when Brock Purdy throws numbers, bro, he's throwing touchdown with no interceptions. He doesn't turn the ball over. He don't make dumb decisions.
But
that's the point I made. I said, but that's when you told me when you put him on the 49ers. I said, yeah, he could do that. But is he gonna create? Is he gonna do turnovers? Is he gonna throw turnovers? Yeah, I think he'll throw turnovers.
I just think the Shanahan system, bro. I just feel like I just think finally we are witnessing a quarterback who is just playing to what the system does for them and not trying to fight.
He perfected the system. He perfected it.
Yeah, he plays it. Well, I think the system been perfected. I just think a lot of these quarterbacks are bad decision makers, and I think he is a good decision maker.
That's what I meant.
I think he is a good decision maker, but I also think, but I don't think T.O. is a bad decision maker. I think the thing about the offense with Kyle Shanahan is you don't have to Shanahan's offense. You don't have to
It's like the Bible,
second guess yourself. Yeah, like you're gonna have an open read. You take the read and let your playmakers do what they do for you. And I do think if you put Trevor Lawrence in that situation, T-Law is doing that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't think the thing about Brock Purdy. I don't think if Brock Purdy and Trevor Lawrence switch positions, the Jags would be a better football team. Like they wouldn't. They wouldn't. You know. And I think that's some of the problem.
If T-Law is on the 49ers, they didn't be undefeated.
Because if T-Law's on the 49ers, he can do the exact same thing Brock Purdy does.
Why do you just
wait, hold on. If T-Law's on the 49ers, he can do the exact same thing. If T-Law's on the 40, if T-Law's on the bro,
I don't think he's that good.
If T-Law is on the 49ers, he can do the exact same thing Brock Purdy's doing, and he gives you a higher upside throwing the football that can open up that offense even more. Now, will he have to? No, because you got Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, and CMC. You don't need to. You got 2 Yak Demons over there, a pretty good route runner, and CMC.
The best Yak player ever.
Like, can we be honest? Like Christian McCaffrey needs and should be the.
Oh yeah, but we just know he's not gonna get. We just know.
Bro, Daryl, I'm ready for that conversation. I don't lie.
Yeah, like I think it's time for that conversation. Yo, C-Mac did people? Anybody look at what C-Mac did?
Oh yeah, bro.
From a rushing and receiving standpoint,
13-7.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Hellfire. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I have multiple things that I've been wanting to address for the last 25 minutes.
Go ahead.
Please, Hellfire.
I'm gonna keep it to the most relevant of things first. My disagreement with T-Law is got nothing to do with abilities in the quarterback position. My disagreement is how much that team would be winning with him. I don't think they'd be damn near undefeated. I do not. Because
told you.
You don't think they'd have the same record?
Probably same record.
There may be a 1 win or a 1 loss difference, but it's not damn near undefeated.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
To be fair, he is lower on T-Law than most people.
I'm lower.
Way lower than
No, random, way low to the bottom.
No. I was trying to smooth it. I was trying to smooth it in there. Okay?
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Minshew is crazy. That's why.
That's what I was about to say. Random. I was literally about to say
what
you said, bro.
So you think that T-Law on the 49ers is losing to the Vikings? The way they did?
Yes. Yep, because defenses that would be stumping him out. Yes.
Why do you have to lie like that?
What? That doesn't make sense. The thing is with T-Law.
Marty is a quarterback, dog.
Hold on. I'm gonna just
those 3
finish. Some complicated coverages, and the reasoning why for that is because of Tony Elliott and Clemson.
But wait, but didn't you also say with that, you said if T-Law was on a different team, like the 49ers, you said that all the stuff that you was talking about with Tony Elliott would go out the window because he wouldn't be that much RPO.
I did say that some of it would. They'd have to eliminate the RPO completely. They have to not run a single RPO passing concept.
Because I'm just saying, I think it's kind of crazy to say that T-Law wouldn't even elevate the offense even more than what Brock Purdy's doing. Because again, the reason why I said they're undefeated, the losses that the Browns have been on Brock Purdy. I mean,
the Niners had, absolutely. And it would be the same way in San Francisco, too. They'd be on T-Law.
You think T-Law will play that bad versus the Vikings with that garbage defense and versus the Browns, too? You think he played that bad on that 49ers team?
Well, I think we should. We
just saw him against the Browns, and he threw a lot of picks, but he also put up 28 points.
Brock Purdy had taken care of that ball as a fucking magician.
Hold on. This one.
But if T-Law's on the Niners, he's doing the same thing.
I just kick away from winning that game. We should at least add that context for the Browns game.
I put it like this.
Kick away from winning.
You're right, but he wasn't that good. And again, I'm gonna say this
again. I understand that, but
I'm gonna say this again though. Brock Purdy, I think it was one of his best games. He had 4 tutties and all that stuff against the Eagles or whatever it was. He literally did not complete a pass more than 10 yards, but one time. All of his other completions were 10 yards or below. If you're telling me T-Law can't do that and rely on his Yak Demons, I'm sorry. And Hellfire, this ain't even specifically at you, because I know you're lower than T-Law. We've been had this convo. So I understand. I know where you're coming from. But overall, for everybody else, If y'all think T-Law can't go in and complete passes less than 10 yards past the line of scrimmage and rely on his yak demons, I'm sorry. And I'm not saying they're going to go undefeated. I'm not saying that at all. But to act like they can't do the same thing is wild to me. Like you keep talking about decision making. You keep talking about decision making. I've seen Jimmy G in that offense. No, he hasn't been as good as Brock Purdy. I didn't say, like I said, he's not as good as Brock Purdy, but I've seen that offense be efficient with him. You're telling me T-Law can't go in there and just throw the and mind you, Jimmy G didn't even play with CMC all that long. He was relying on Mostert and Elijah Mitchell. So you telling me T-Law with CMC, IU, Kittle, and Debo, that yak demon, the top 5 yak player of all time? You mean to tell me T-Law can't make?
He might be number one.
And then also, J-Rob talked about the system and how we're finally seeing a quarterback just be pretty solid in that system, and look how he's doing. The 49ers haven't had a top tier running back in this Kyle Shanahan system ever. And you see how they are with CMC. So that offense as a whole is crazy.
Back in the league. You got the best running back in football.
It's the best situation for a quarterback to go to. And we're talking about Brock Purdy, and now we're talking about
the best running back in football, best left tackle in football, best yak receiver in football. A top three tight end.
That's what I'm saying. If
it's
we're
like
the best middle linebacker in football.
I'm not that high on T-Law, but if we're saying that Trevor Lawrence could have elevated this offense, then man, you might as well say keep going with these other quarterbacks who can't do it.
I got a perfect question. I have a perfect question. Do y'all think Justin Fields on this team could go crazy?
Hell yes.
Then why can't T-Law?
Why can't T-Law then?
Ooh, Bama said no.
I have reservations with him.
Nah. The reason why I think Justin Fields, I think Kyle Shanahan don't support those type of quarterbacks. Because if you say Justin Fields can do good in this situation, well, what happened with Trey Lance? Like I get it.
They gave him every chance he could to succeed.
But wait. But come on. Trey Lance played 19 college games in his career, bro.
The situation didn't help him out at all.
But I know
it might just be up here.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying with that though, but just 4 is just the prototype. 6'4", 220, runs 4.4. That's pretty much what Justin Fields is right there. Kyle Shanahan like them straight statue pocket passers, bro. That he can pretty much run that West Coast offense with.
Yeah, and I mean, Brock Purdy is already breaking his mold a little bit because he's able to make plays from outside the pocket.
Wait till we put that Atlanta Falcons.
No, not you, Hellfire. Justin Fields is better than Trevor Lawrence.
Y'all gonna see when you put that Falcons gear on.
I forgot he went to Ohio State. I'm sorry, J-Rob.
I'm telling you, when Fields put that Falcons black and red on, bro.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. I want to see is
that not a similar situation to the Niners?
The Falcons have so many weapons that don't get utilized. They actually scored a touchdown because the quarterback was catching it from being picked and took it in. Shout out Drake London.
Hold on, Gerald. I want to be fair to you. I agree because that's my future quarterback right there. But I gotta call you on this. You just said about production. And yes, he has a talent.
I'm biased. That's a Buckeye. I'm biased.
I'm gonna say because if we keep it a buck,
y'all know they know how I rock with Jake Fields.
If we keep it a buck, the way the Falcons are built, they are a watered down version of the Niners. The way they're built.
Facts. Actually, facts.
So if Justin Fields can cook in Atlanta,
I don't know. They don't use Kyle Pitts as a tight end, bro. They use him as a wide receiver.
But they don't use him because they don't use him at all. Listen, can I get to another?
Hold on, not too much.
I see what you're saying. Hold on, here we go. Now let's get it. Now we open. Thank you, G baby. You opened up my favorite can of worms. You know, this is another chapter in. Is it the OC or is it the quarterback? And this is my whole situation. I've always asked this question. I've asked it a few times. Is it the OC or is it the quarterback play? Now, some people tell me it's the OC. I just want y'all to know, for example, the Steelers are scoring less points post Matt Canada than they were before Matt Canada. So it didn't get better. No, let me finish. It got what?
The Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett's better than Mitch. It's not by much, but he's better.
How far is the gap between Kenny Pickett?
It's enough to where the point drop off.
Hey,
It's enough to where the point drop off.
J-Rob.
It's enough. It's enough.
You know I love you, Quinn.
The gap is this much, fellas.
J-Rob. The entire
J-Rob. Mitchell Trubisky might be worse than Zach Wilson. I'm not gonna lie, gang. He might
Okay. My bad. You know what? How about this? I'm gonna go teacher. I'll go teacher wise. Mitchell Trubisky is a 45, an F. Kenny Pickett is a 63. That's right under a D.
Barely passing.
That's barely a D. What a guy. What a guy. Anyway.
I make it to graduation.
J-Rob.
Now we look at Arthur Smith. A lot of y'all was slandering Arthur Smith, his play calling. Tell me what Arthur Smith is doing with Desmond Ridder, y'all. Tell me what Arthur Smith is doing with Desmond Ridder. Y'all come at me, I say the offensive coordinator for the Saints is not good. What are you doing with Derek Carr? This is the Derek Carr we knew he always been. What are you doing with that? Like, these quarterbacks be whacked. Y'all telling me we talked about all the coaching changes, wooty-woo. I watched Bailey Zappi with Bill O'Brien. I watched that great guy, but not a good quarterback, Mac Jones, and what he does at the position. Same OC.
Are you asking
hold on, G-Baby.
I'm just saying, what I'm saying to y'all is we always coming at these OCs, and I can understand some people play calling be doo-doo. I'm not dismissing that.
Nathaniel Hackett.
But what I'm saying is our quarterback play be so ass that you can't make up for it. Like, for example, everybody coming at Hackett. Not only do the Jets have a terrible offensive line, we are fielding a quarterback that cannot play with pressure in his face. So because he cannot play well when dealing with pressure, in what world should we be getting behind that it is all on Nathaniel Hackett when we don't even have a quarterback who's going to be able to get the ball out of his hands fast enough, who knows that his O-line is bad, so he's not making pre-snap reads. You know, one of the reasons why, and I hate to use Brady as an example, but the Buccaneers, the year before he retired, did not have the greatest O-line that second roll around after the Super Bowl. But you know what made up for it? Brady's ability to get the ball out of his hands. And if we had Aaron Rodgers, another guy who knows how to get the football out of his hands,
fastest ever,
you wouldn't be able to see how terrible of an O-line that we have. So I just be saying that we always blaming these OCs. But like, for example, if a new guy come to Carolina with Bryce Young and it don't get better, you gotta start looking at Bryce Young. Yeah, that's how go ahead, Randall.
G-Baby.
No,
you
gotta.
Yeah, because I got to slide. This is my biggest problem with the Matt Canada situation. That Matt Canada was bad before Kenny Pickett got there. We legitimately watched the entire state of Pennsylvania, J-Rob, revolt against this man. When they're calling for his head at Philadelphia Philly playoff games, there is a problem. He was bad with Big Ben. That's why. Am I saying Kenny Pickett's great? If it's me, both of them are losing.
Let's ask another question. When are we going to talk about Big Ben overstaying his time as the quarterback of the Steelers?
He did overstay.
When anybody going to talk about the last 3 years where Big Ben was not good?
He didn't deserve to play.
Yeah, but Big Ben was not good. What was you doing with Big Ben, y'all? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's mad at Matt Canada, but what was Big Ben at that, like, the back half?
I'm mad at all three of them, J-Rob. J-Rob, I'm mad at all three of them. They all got a piece of the blame pot. It's just that right now it was easier for them to get rid of Matt Canada to the point, bro, when your entire state
for 3 years he was not himself no more.
But he wasn't good either.
How am I supposed to maximize that?
J-Rob, tell me at one point when you heard
he can't throw far no more. How do you maximize that?
J-Rob, tell me at one point when you heard that somebody was like, man, Matt Canada's really working wonders with whatever Big Ben is. You never heard.
Can I ask you a question, Random? Can you answer me this question? What would you have expected Matt Canada to do when, for the last 3 years of Big Ben's career, he could not throw the football 20 yards downfield more?
Big Ben also had a lot of cachet. Then tell Big Ben, like, look,
was Big Ben Peyton Manning? Was Big Ben?
He was for Pittsburgh. He was
not that type of guy. What type
for
of
Pittsburgh
guy?
He was that way.
Hold on. And this is why I'm saying to you, you're not being real about the quarterback. Big Ben. What made Big Ben great as a quarterback?
His ability
to throw the ball downfield,
and he could shrug off
his
tackles,
his improvisation skills. He was hard as hell to get down. He could improv. The reason why when the arm strength of Peyton Manning and Drew Brees fell off a cliff, they were still able to play at a high level is because those guys played with timing. That was never Big Ben's game. And so as his talent deteriorated, he was not able to improvise no more. So what I'm saying to you, Random, is I understand that they've been mad with Matt Canada, but Matt Canada was never going to get nothing out of Big Ben because Big Ben was an improvisational quarterback who didn't play with timing. That's why in some ways this transition for Russ to the Broncos has been hard because Sean Payton is turning him into a more in-rhythm quarterback, and Russell Wilson spent a chunk of his career being an improviser. So it's been a bit of a turnaround. So that's really all I'm saying. I'll give Big Ben his credit 100%.
J-Rob, let me respond to that, okay? We all know Big Ben was not the best teammate. He threw his weight around in the front office. We know this, okay? So if Matt Canada's going to be out there and he sees the clear deficiencies that Big Ben has, bro, hey, let's run the ball more. We just got this guy, Najee Harris. Let's run the ball more. Let's try to preserve whatever you got left.
Najee Harris can't find the hole. He can't find the hole.
But let me finish. This is what I'm trying to say. J-Rob, just let me finish, please. All we're saying is all we're trying to say is like, let's try to maximize what the talent that we have and try to preserve whatever's left of Big Ben. But we knew he didn't work that way. He threw his weight around. Like, we knew that he would go up to front office.
What I'm saying is, what can you do with that? Tell me how you would scheme him up.
You try to maximize that, but if Big
how?
By running the ball more, first of all. By running the ball more.
They did that in play defense.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. And I'm going to let you baby go.
I just want to finish.
When it comes to this X's and O's, we're talking X's and O's. We got to talk X's and O's.
And I'm trying to talk to you about those. You said
they're going to run the ball more. And I'm telling you that that's what they tried to do, Random.
No, they did not. Big Ben was still throwing the ball. What are we talking about? Big Ben was still chucking the ball.
No. Okay. No. This is no Random. This is what happened.
They're playing with 8 in the box.
Before you go, Random, this is what happened. They tried running the ball. They kept getting down late.
Because they were putting 8 in the box.
Because they kept getting down late, and then in the half of the games, like the last year Big Ben made the playoffs, a lot of the games towards the end of the game, Big Ben started just throwing hella check down.
Come on, bro.
Double digits all the time.
But Random.
I'm literally looking up the stats right now. I'm looking up the stats right now.
Random, let me ask you a question.
It's gonna show Big Ben doing a lot of times because they were always down a lot of times.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like, okay, Big Ben, preserve him and run the ball. But let me ask you a question.
There's nothing to preserve. It was over.
They're gonna put 8-9 in the box. They're gonna stop that run. And what are you gonna do else? You got to rely on Big Ben.
And he was not that passer. He wasn't that level.
I'm not saying he had to be that passer, but first of all, the fact that y'all straight up completely blew over the fact that Big Ben would straight up throw his weight around in the front office to get certain plays that he wanted to get called. Y'all straight blew past that. So even if Matt Canada could do, he's hampered by his quarterback, and you're saying he's not
Peyton Manning. What is Matt Canada supposed to do with Big Ben?
My whole point.
All you trying to do is find a.
The whole point I've been trying to make was that Random. I don't know how you don't see that he was well
holding them back.
I'm not. First of all, y'all are out here acting like I'm saying that he was still in his prime. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But I understand that he was cooked.
But I'm saying you're saying Matt Canada. You're saying that Matt Canada should have ran the ball more.
You're saying it's his
fault. And we're telling you on that team they did run the ball more, but because they weren't that good, they were easy to scheme up. By the time they could never establish a dominant run game. So anytime they get down, you played football before. When you go down, what do you have to do now? You have to pass the football. And you couldn't. And what I'm saying is the reason why he couldn't last the way Breeze, Rodgers, and Brady lasted in the league,
release,
because his game was not predicated on him being able to play with timing. It just wasn't. So because of that, it didn't last. And so him trying to be the same quarterback that he had been was not going to last because he was well beyond that guy. So all we're saying is Matt Canada gets a lot of the blame. Is fire Matt Canada. But I don't hear a Steelers fan come up here and say, or ever say in the chat, Ben Roethlisberger wasted 3 years of the Steelers because he was no good, and they should have been. To me, Random, if they would have had like a young quarterback, like they would have drafted a guy in the first round, then I could put way more blame on Matt Canada. Because now you got this young kid.
I mean, they
got
did
all
draft
this,
Kenny
They
Pickett.
literally did that, and he was bad.
Kenny Pickett, we all agree though. Kenny Pickett was drafted.
I've ever seen in my
was
life.
the last was the 20-something quarterback, and we all know Kenny Pickett was not
he was a
first round guy.
He was a first round pick by default.
I can't believe that
we
y'all
all
are
knew he
taping
was not
from Matt
good.
Canada. So the entire state of Pennsylvania was wrong about what Matt Canada was doing?
I'm not taping for him.
Well, this is what I wanted to. This is what. Wait. This is why. This is what I wanted.
I'm not
to get
taping for
into.
Matt Canada. I'm not at all.
I think two things. I think two things can
point.
be true at the same time. And
that's what I'm trying to say. That's all I've been trying to say. Is two things are true, but I feel like y'all are sometimes okay. I feel like sometimes y'all are not understanding the bad job that Matt Canada did.
He
so
did
whether or not you want to throw more blame on Kenny Pickett,
if you're a
on
chef,
Matt Canada, they both should be gone.
If you're a chef, and I'm asking you to cook me and my family sushi, but I give you spoiled salmon, spoiled tilapia. I'm giving you spoiled fish to cut up and cook for me. What can you do with it? When I go out and I'm going to say to you, I'm going to go get you some fresh new fish. I'm going to get you a fresh salmon. And it's not one of them pristine farm from the ocean big dog salmon. It's one of those salmon from the farm out of the big tank with 1,000 salmon in it, not really swimming. It ain't quality. It may be a new salmon,
but that same
but it ain't quality
chef
salmon.
is not using the right ingredients, or not using the right techniques, or not using, or all of a sudden he's using the wrong knife, or putting salt on the sushi for some reason. You're not messing with that chef either.
Yo, two things can be true, but I'm gonna say this: what if you stanked the chef already, though? What if you already had this chef cooking with bad food for 3 years?
He was serving.
All he know is and you never got Gordon Ramsay to clean up the kitchen. Bad O-line.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yo, come on, let's be honest.
He was bad.
J-Rob,
he's the guy that Gordon Ramsay's cussing out.
How long did that O-line stay together that needed to be retired and moved on from?
A minute.
How long they kicked them old dogs on that O-line? For how long?
And
I love the Pouncies, but it was over with. How long was some of those people on that defense on the team?
I'm looking at the 2021 Steelers. Right now.
Matt Canada was bad too. Two things can
Matt
be true.
Canada.
No, J-Rob. I have never fought with you. I have never fought with you that both of them are not bad. I've never fought with you.
I just think Ben Roethlisberger needs to get more credit for being a.
Ben Roethlisberger should be killed for what he did to the Steelers at the end.
Kenny Pickett, like, what do you want me to do with that?
But that's why it depends on the situation, because when we've been stuck on the Steelers and Matt Canada, because J-Rob's original thing was bringing up, is it time to start looking at quarterbacks instead of OCs, because the OCs are usually the first one to get blamed. But when you look at it, look at the Falcons. I was a big proponent of Arthur Smith as the biggest issue, but it was like 55-45.
That one is.
I am more on the 50-50 because I'm sorry, Desmond Ritter.
Nah.
After looking back, it's like, all right, bro.
As a Falcons fan,
get him out of there. But all right,
I'm sorry, bro. I'm 70-30, bro. I'm not willing to admit that.
Yeah, I'm like 75-25. Yeah,
I am not willing to admit that Arthur Smith, and maybe I'm overstating Arthur Smith, but G baby, if all of us up here as football fans with the weapons they got in Atlanta, if we think Arthur Smith is that incompetent of a coach, where he cannot find ways to score the football with the talent he has, I think we are selling him a little too short, almost saying that he's unqualified to do his job.
You want to know why?
Because Desmond Ritter has been so bad, bro.
Y'all better cook the Cowboys, or y'all better have, because I'm going to be watching.
Because the way this offense looks,
all right,
we were complaining about it in Tennessee.
All right, yo.
Safety,
we were complaining about his offense in Tennessee.
Okay, I say this.
But then again, y'all know I don't think Ryan Tannehill is really that good. Like,
I can't say this.
He always had OPS running backs and never good at the quarterback.
Is he better than
There's
Desmond
a reason why Will Levis took his job. That's all I gotta say.
Wait, can I say this as a Falcons fan? What J-Rob saying?
He got hurt, J-Rob.
No.
That's literally how Will Levis started. Ryan Tannehill got hurt.
If Tannehill was nice, when he came back, he would have still been.
Is he still not injured?
I don't.
Levis the starter. They named.
Yeah,
Levis
I
the
don't think
starter.
he's injured. I think Will Levis is just the guy now.
I think he's the guy.
Yeah, you know what I think it was? I think he had that 4 touchdowns.
Tannehill did get hurt before
but he was whack though. He was whack already. All I'm saying is, I think Arthur Smith is competent enough to get more than 7 points.
Oh,
Clearly not. Clearly not.
Desmond Ritter is
can I say this because you guys make
bad.
great both you guys making great points because I'm a Falcons fan and watch this every Sunday. Here's the thing. Here's my issue with both of them. Obviously, Ritter is bad, but here's the thing with Arthur Smith, I feel like he should do more. Like we seen bad quarterbacks still be able to scheme it up to get them to their playmakers. That's the only thing. Like if you know the quarterback's bad, that's why you should find a way to get your playmakers.
He does not operate up here well.
No,
it's up here. He can't do it here. The game of quarterback is mental. He don't have it here.
I'm talking about running the ball with Bijan. There's a period we didn't run the ball with Bijan.
Thing. Hold on, I want to say one other thing that y'all got to stop saying too, because Random said it, and I thought it was kind of a little bogus. Bad quarterbacks, a good run game does not automatically make for a bad quarterback because they make them easier to defend. You stack the box, play man coverage, and make the quarterback be a thrower of the football.
That's what I told him.
Drake London scored because he stole away an interception. Understand what you're dealing with here, fellas.
That man.
If you can't throw a comeback accurately, it is not on the OC. I can't.
But J-Rob, I agree with everything.
I will actually admit Desmond Ritter is actually worse than Zach Wilson. He is worse than Zach Wilson.
He's awful. I agree with you with everything you just said.
He is worse. He is worse.
J-Rob, I agree with what you just said. You're right. A run game doesn't automatically mean your quarterback will be better because it's easier to defend. You know what also I can't defend? Kyle Pitts out there blocking for a Jonnu Smith.
I agree with that. But hold on, let me ask you this question. What do you think offenses and defenses are doing when they play the Falcons? Let's contain Bijan. We're going to man up with Drake London, and we're going to make sure that Kyle Pitts is not a factor in the game. And
I watched the Panthers game all game. They bracketed the whole game. They bracketed him the whole game. They bracketed him the whole game. If you watch the game, they bracketed the whole game.
They don't even allow him to be a factor because they know they can't get him the football, bro. They can't.
You're not about to turn up on us.
Because they know that because hold on, what do we have made?
No, he played terrible. Stop it.
Tight ends are the biggest safety blankets in football right now, more than ever.
Right.
They completely nullify his safety blanket. You see, they do it with the Chiefs. They do the Travis Kelce defense to Kyle.
But hold J-Rod, let's be honest. Kyle Pitts don't run routes like Travis Kelce. No, he don't get open like Travis Kelce. He depends on pure athleticism. He depends on pure athleticism.
Yeah, early turn down that gain, boy.
Kelce is allowed to freestyle on
pure athleticism.
Like he can't run routes.
Kyle Pitts does not run routes like Travis Kelce. I'm gonna give a prime example. Jason Witten. Jason Witten was a 5 flat type guy, but he knew how to get open. He knew. Kyle Pitts. Can I say something? Kyle Pitts, you can tell by the way if you watch the game, Kyle Pitts don't find the holes. Kyle Pitts, he don't have the smart you think he does. I promise you, dog.
Hold on. Okay, time out.
First off, there's no way you agree with this.
You compare first off, you compared his route running to the best.
Hey, you know what? I gotta let him run.
You don't have to.
That's champ. That's champ.
Wait, time out. Hold on. First off, hold on.
First compared his route to the best tight end.
Jason,
what I'm saying is that you don't have to be fast to athletic to get open. That was my point. Wait a minute, that's my point.
Hey, early. First off, using Jason Witten
is crazy.
Is a terrible example.
Yeah, that's not
using him as a dog example.
I was just saying you don't have to be fast to get open. You saw Jason Witten. Oh my god.
Kyle Pitts relies on his athleticism is a dumbass take.
He runs crazy routes, bro. You're insane.
Yeah, I think Kyle Pitts is good.
Kyle Pitts is pretty good.
Kyle Pitts make people fall.
Okay, but being a but at tight end. Being a good route runner, right? At tight end, what do you have to do at tight end? You have to know how to read zones and find the holes, dog. Especially with a quarterback. Wait. Especially with a quarterback like Desmond Ritter. Okay? You can run routes. I watch Devontae Adams run routes good every week for 3 or 4 weeks. And Jimmy Garoppolo, as good as Devontae Adams runs routes, Jimmy Garoppolo still couldn't get the ball because he's such a quarterback. So what I'm saying to you is that with Colin Pitts route running, yes, he does run off good. But again, at tight end, being able to find those holes in the zone and being where you need, being somewhere for Desmond Ridder to be a safety blanket because he sucks that bad, that matters, dog. He's not as intelligent as Travis Kelce. I can guarantee you, if Travis Kelce, with his intelligence, play for them, even if Jason Laporta, Laporta that play for the Lions, he gets open in the zone.
But early, here's the thing.
They
You're
don't
bringing
scheme
up Travis
them up.
Kelce.
They don't scheme
Wait,
Kyle
hold up,
Pitts.
Manny. You're bringing up Travis Kelce and Kyle Pitts as the comparison, and even though Kyle Pitts is, like we know Travis Kelce's better. You know what?
Nah, it's a Laporta. It's going to Laporta for the Lions.
Hold up.
They scheme him.
The difference is though.
Yeah, he be wide open sometimes.
Travis Kelce has an Andy Reid that's going to find Travis Kelce ways to get open. Arthur Smith is not doing that for Kyle.
That's what I'm saying. They don't scheme him.
No,
That's
right.
the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing in this equation.
Why are you saying Kyle Pitts can't find the holes if the coaches have him blocked?
There are times where Desmond Ridder
I said Desmond Ridder sucks.
in Kyle Pitts' direction. Like there are times where that happens.
I'm just not willing to put right now. I'm not willing to put nothing on Kyle Pitts, bro.
Or Drake London, because I know
me watching those Falcon games. It's hard to watch, and I'm going to give Arthur Smith a grain of salt. I'm gonna give him a grain of salt on this one because Desmond
you want to
Ridder
know why I can't give him a grain of salt? Because I saw him throw a bubble screen to Jonnu Smith when Kyle Pitts is the lead blocker. I'm sorry,
but when your quarterback again, like J-Rod said, when your quarterback sucks, dog. I'm sorry, I don't have the leniency to make sure you get open a certain way. Like, dog, I gotta go with what works. I'm doing these bubble screens, my boy.
No, here's the problem. All they have to do
bubble screens to death, my boy.
All you have to do is put Jonnu Smith as the blocker and Kyle Pitts as the receiver.
But bro, G baby, it's not that simple. Come on,
it's not that simple to get.
Ridder can't even get him the ball.
But we know who's getting the pill. Yo, G baby, if you run a tight end screen, you see Jonnu Smith go.
You know who's getting the pill.
Who's getting the ball.
I mean,
that's my problem.
You still give it to him,
Yo,
though.
G baby, all I'm trying to say to you,
people know that Travis Kelce's getting the ball all the time, right?
No, but all I'm saying is Desmond Ridder. Yeah, but the defense respects Mahomes because Mahomes can get it to other people.
Exactly, because he'll cut you up regardless.
But all I'm saying is, G baby, Desmond Ridder can't think past his first read.
No, I agree with you.
He can't think past his first read.
No, I
agree. You can't do nothing with that.
They coach him like somebody in high school. They tell him where to throw the ball to.
And I'm not mad at you, G baby. I just get mad at watching it, bro. That shit is hard. That's bad football.
I do
bad football.
I'm just talking about the play calls that are being made.
It's horrible to watch. You got Drake London, Pitts, Bijan out there.
J-Rob.
How are you scoring 7 points to the Panthers? How?
And their O-line is good. Their O-line is not terrible.
Hear me out, J-Rob. Hear me out.
O-line is good.
J-Rob.
They should be a 10-win football team, bro.
J-Rob, hear me out.
Especially with the
agree with you
that Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers.
J-Rob. Hear him out. Hear him out, J-Rob. Hear him out. Go ahead, G baby.
Because the thing is,
footy.
Desmond Ridder is definitely. I don't know why that keeps happening. Desmond Ridder definitely is not it. Desmond Ridder is not it. But you know what? You know what Arthur Smith can control? The play calls he makes. The guys that he tries to get the ball to, he can control that. I'm sorry, J-Rob. There was a game where they were literally scheming up Matt Collins and Jonnu Smith more than Kyle Pitts and Drake.
I know what you're talking about.
That is a problem.
But wait, but come on.
But if y'all watch the game, can we talk about how Kyle Pitts gives up on plays? Can we talk about that? How Kyle Pitts gives up on plays? Y'all talk about that?
Let's talk real quick. Let's talk. Me and you. We the DCs of the football team. We defensive coordinators. We playing the Falcons this week.
I'm stacking a box.
We walking in the room.
That's tough.
Well, G baby, I'm stacking the box and we're playing man to man the whole time.
Can we talk about how Kyle Pitts takes plays off? Can we talk about how Kyle Pitts takes plays off too?
Y'all
don't watch that. Y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see that, huh?
The point of the conversation is,
if you don't see me open and you making me block every play, I'm taking a play off too, man.
Fuck. Man, you ain't shit.
Does everybody?
That's why he'll never be. That's why he'll never be Tony Gonzalez.
Bro, tight ends ain't trying to block every play.
Do we all like how we do Bijan Robinson? Can we honestly say that as well?
I saw Jonnu Smith get a goal line carry over Bijan.
Let me ask you a question.
It's like it's.
I watched Bijan fumble. I watched Bijan fumble too. So let's relax.
You know what? I'm giving him the rock again because it's Bijan Robinson.
G baby. So
now you're
glazing. G baby. Me and you are the defensive coordinators. We playing the Falcons. I don't know about you, but if you didn't tell me that we're stopping Pitts and Bijan and playing man on the wide receivers, I would be like, yeah,
You know what you're doing.
duh.
I told him, stack the box, play man to man.
Like literally, I think you and I will both agree we put an 8 in that box. We're going to put our tallest, most physical corner on Drake London, throw off his timing, make Desmond Ridder be a passer. We're going to make sure Bijan has to be catching stuff out of the backfield. The reason why I feel like I understand about the Jonnu Smith thing.
And we said a blitz on third down.
I want you to know Arthur Smith. I think Arthur Smith knows how limited he is and how teams are scheming to limit his playmakers because his quarterback
manage the game.
That he has to almost at times overthink his ways of getting into the end zone because he
trying to
cannot
tell
rely
y'all
on that quarterback. And that's why I be bringing up the OC versus quarterback debate. And that's why, like, if you see some of these coaches out there, they always sometimes jokingly, but they be dead ass when they say, you know, well, if I had this player, that player, and that player, my career would look different. Because ultimately, bro, a lot of these OCs, these quarterbacks be whack. Desmond Ridder, great human being, phenomenal leader. Love what he did at Cincinnati.
Oh my God, made it to the Final Four as an American team.
He's the catalyst. He was one of the catalysts of why Cincinnati football is in the Big 12 conference. Shout out to what him and Sauce did. He is in the pantheon. But in the NFL,
you're mid,
G
bro.
Baby, he will be a great quarterback in the XFL next year, bro. He'll be a great.
And let's say that, J-Rob, y'all give Brock Purdy a hard time, right? Look how the playbook opened up when Brock Purdy got behind the line of center, dog. Like, look how the playbook opened up. Kyle Shanahan can really use his offense.
Like, yo, he should be. That offense, that Atlanta offense should be one of the best offenses in football.
And so period. My final point is this:
one of the best young offenses.
J-Rob, my final point is this:
Justin Fields.
Desmond Ridder is not good. We can all agree. But even with that, as the play caller and all that, if you know you have a quarterback that's limited and you have the playmakers that you have on your team, you should be doing everything in your power to get those dudes open to make his job easy. Now, wait, hold on. Last thing,
hold on.
That sounds good.
That sounds better, right?
J-Rob, listen. If Arthur Smith was doing everything in his power, scheming up, and Desmond Ritter was just missing, you wouldn't hear a peep back.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna say this. This is why I don't agree. This is why I disagree though, because even in the situations, right, they can't run simple. I don't think they can run simple passing concepts. Like, for example, if Brock Purdy, the one thing I know about Brock Purdy, in the same with good weapons around him, I at least know as the coach, Brock Purdy, if he can't get to option 1, I at least know he is capable enough to get to option 2 or get to option 3. Even he understands where it goes. And ultimately, I don't know if Desmond Ridder, actually, I know Desmond Ridder cannot go from 1 to 2 to 3. But hey, Bama, we got 9 minutes. You got the super chat when I got booted out, so you got to go through the super chats for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on, let's do that before footy though. Dad, we got to.
Brock Purdy is 2019. Hold on.
Y'all all make good points. And I just want to say,
Dad, we got to do the super chat, Dad. Dad, let's do these super chats. Hold on.
Nick,
got to get these done.
Nick Tri-State with the $5. Brock Purdy equals 2019 Jimmy G. It's the system, weapons, not Purdy. That's kind of nasty. Nick again with the $5. We appreciate you, Nick. One of the biggest what ifs ever. If Cam won that Super Bowl, he'd have a legit case to be top 10 all time. Nick with the $2.
Top 10 all time.
Bitch cut. Cam McNair. I'll probably go Cam McNair.
See, y'all ain't gonna like. Y'all not gonna disrespect my give me McNabb, five AFC NFC chips. McNabb, you know when it matters.
I love J-Rob.
That's my I don't care. That's my So he's a dog. Always been a dog. Give me McNabb. Then I'm a bench Cam, and then I'm gonna cut McNair. Little bias. I love McNabb. Shout out my dog McNabb. I just feel like McNabb don't get enough credit, bro. He just don't in my eyes.
Yeah, he's underrated.
McNabb was like, you know, when you brought up your Allen Iverson, Manny, like McNabb was like the first black quarterback I seen. I thought he was that's my dog, and he was going to NFC Championship.
McNair, man. R.I.P. McNair.
Shout out to the dog. I don't hate T.O. though. I don't hate T.O. I just
personally, bro.
But T.O. is disrespectful though to his quarterback. He is disrespectful. He needs to have more respect.
I'm starting Cam on bitching Air McNair and I'm cutting McNabb. Sorry.
So we all starting Cam, right?
I mean,
no, J-Rob said he's starting McNabb.
I'm starting McNabb. That's my goal.
I'll start Cam.
I just feel like with McNabb, I'm gonna always make sure we got good McNabb talk because I'm not gonna allow Andrew Luck or Phillip Rivers to go into the Hall of Fame before McNabb. I'm not gonna allow it.
Yeah, Andrew Luck would be kind of weird. Not gonna lie.
Whoa.
Trent, you know we've had
I guess this is a debate for another day because we don't.
No, Trent, we don't have that much time, and we're about to leave. But bro, I'm only bringing that up because I'll show y'all the tweets and the links. They considering them 2 guys for the Hall of Fame, and if them guys get in and McNabb don't, I have a problem with that.
You know why?
I don't.
Talk about it.
That's all.
Maybe Andrew Luck because his career.
You think
was short?
Phillip Rivers and Andrew Luck have better cases than McNabb for Hall of Fame?
I mean, maybe not Andrew Luck because
his
career was
short. Y'all losing me. I'm out. I'm good on that. We ending the stream on that. We love y'all. It's been real, G baby. You are disgusting.
I just